Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami Fort Lauderdale presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, call 567-0560 toll-free for Dade and Broward, or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect those of WQAM, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
This is the Tom Green Show. It's up the Green Talk Show. This is my favorite show because it is my show. Tom Green Show.
It's Friday, you bastard.
Talkers, what are we gonna do? I say, talkers, we are all being screwed. I say, listen, why is this happening to us? We want the FCC to get off our butt. Talkers, there's no place for us now. Even DJs are all down in the mouth. You can listen, but now you won't find any words that will corrupt your mind. Oh, no fun to be censored by the FCC. No fun to be censored by the FCC.
Yes.
There'll be nothing left for us to enjoy. We'll soon be playing with children's toys. No fun to be censored by the FCC. No fun to be censored by the FCC. They want us to be clean. They think they know what we should feel. They try to dictate to us what is real. Young and old, please listen to us. I say, young and old, please don't put up a fuss. Help us petition the FCC, but you must help us with one thing. Neil Rogers can't do it all by himself. Let's all help him. Don't put it up on the shelf. Let the FCC know just how you feel, and maybe we'll get this unjust law repealed.
No.
FCC, what are you doing to us? FCC, what are you doing to us?
Oi!
Our ratings won't fly. In fact, they might die because of the FCC. You want to ban what we can do. FCC, you ban what we can say.
Yes.
You've even tried to ban the record that the DJs play. People, I am talking to you. I said, people, let's stand and fight for what's true. Send your letters into so far so we can tell the FCC what Neanderthals they are. Neil Rogers and so far are on your side. People, we have nothing to hide. Young and old, get your opinions out, and maybe the FCC will stay out.
No.
FCC in the morning now. FCC in the evening now. No one knows what words drive them insane. We all have the FCC to blame. FCC, go away. FCC, get off our backs. FCC, let us live our lives for real.
What, could she sing or what?
No.
Not the least, not a lick.
No.
She could lick maybe, but she couldn't sing.
No.
FCC, go away.
10:04 at 560 WQAM. So there's always some little chigger in the woodpile. You know, there's always when you least expect it, middle of a real boring summer, tedious and ponderous. And I come in this morning and everybody is going, like that. Why are they going like that? Well, because according to R&R, which is the daily digest of the radio industry, a crap sheet that they put out every day that all the radio stations get, according to the R&R, and again I say according to because nobody else, does anybody else here know anything about it?
No.
Greg Reed know about it?
No.
Our lawyers know about it?
No.
Our FCC attorneys know about it?
No.
The FCC know about it?
No.
No, but R&R knows about it somehow. Maybe they got a psychic. Maybe they're using Shvo Griffin and Shirley Peters over there. They have a psychic working for them, and maybe this is coming down, but not yet. Anyway, the second item this morning, right under CBS Invest in another medical site, it says, FCC slaps WQAM Miami with $35,000 indecency fine.
Boy!
How do you like that?
Only $50.
The commission said the Neil Rogers show aired indecent material on several occasions last May. An excerpt from one show includes a song to the tune of the Toys R Us I Don't Want to Grow Up jingle, with lyrics about oral sex. General Manager Greg Reed declined to comment. His only comment was, and the Beasley Broadcasting sports station has 30 days to appeal. So it's we don't know what we're supposed to appeal. We don't know what song it actually was, because the only parody we have to the tune of that is that Guns R Us thing, which has nothing to do with oral sex. It goes like this.
I don't have to grow up. I'm a Guns R Us kid.
And there's nothing obscene about that except for the fact that it's about people shooting people. But, and we haven't been notified. Our lawyers haven't been notified. Greg Reed hasn't been notified. And they talked to the FCC in Washington, and they all said, well, guess what? We don't know either. Yeah. So it's like a mystery. So there are many different ways you can look at this. And, of course, on the one hand, you get a little bit bent out of shape because, first of all, this is the game that they do like to play. I remember 10 years ago at IOD when we really did get fined, and that was only $10,000. So I think you're right. Inflation is really getting carried away with these people. But they notify you, and then you have a period of time to respond, and then after they make a determination. So one has to really wonder if this is a legitimate item. You know what I'm talking about? Or if somebody has planted this crap with some unsuspecting guy over there at R&R who may not have any idea what the hell he's talking about. Although, I have to be on the guy's side, even though I don't know his name or what it's all about, because generally speaking, I've discovered here in this place, whatever's going on in the real world, we don't know anything about it. Like yesterday, just as we don't have to go back to ancient history, as recently as yesterday, Palm Beach Post reports Jigs McDonald, hired by the Panthers, is the radio play-by-play announcer. Now, we only happen to be the radio station that's we're the Panthers radio station, the anchor of their network, so to speak. Did we know anything about that?
No.
No. And I see that I think it was the Sun Sentinel has a thing in there, of course, with no comment whatsoever because they don't know who that is today, the day late and the dollar short. So it sure wouldn't be the first time that something like this has gone down, and we know nothing about it. And as far as indecent jingles with lyrics about oral sex, hasn't the whole country been hearing about oral sex for like at least a year and a half now?
Uh-huh.
That's all we heard about. Oral sex, cigars in people's
rectums,
and stuff like that. So it's still a major mystery to us. All we can say here at WQAM, and see, it would be nice if this is going to come down, that they would tell you, well, what is it that we played that was indecent or obscene or whatever that we're going to get fined for, so we won't play it again? Are they telling us?
No.
No. So the feverish search continues to try to find out what the hell it's all about. But at least it's a little bit of excitement anyway. And what's $35,000, to people like the Beasleys?
Only $50.
Yeah, what's $35,000 to them? But it's just a little bit agitating to think that the award police are going to start up again. And Greg makes a good point, which I wrote it down because it's the first one he's ever made since I've been here. He made a good point this morning. There are 8,000 pirate radio stations on the air all across America, uttering every word that's ever been invented, some we've never heard before, putting all kinds of trash and crap on the air. Is the FCC really doing much about that?
No.
Every once in a while you read an article like we had happen here, that was last year, right? That they cracked down on a couple of and then they go and they put it right back on the air, and the FCC goes back and starts worrying about the word police, Did they say crap on the air or teats or something like that? And speaking of Greg Reed, by the way, beautiful picture. Do you see Greg's picture in the sports section in Very Jackass's column today? Wait till you see this. Oh, man. You will fall on the floor and pee in your pants. In fact, you know something? This picture is so good, they might just show it. That next Thursday night at 10:30, they might preempt Tom Green's show.
The Tom Green Show.
Oh, they might preempt it and just put Greg's picture on there. People all across America will be laughing their ass off. The Herald is famous for that, taking the worst possible picture. And in his case, I'm sure they had a lot of choices. But just taking the most grotesque picture of people and stucking your puss in the paper. It looks like a picture out of a carnival, one of those amusement parks with the distorted mirrors, where your face is like shown from below, where it's like all bloated and distorted and his hair is blowing in the breeze. Of course, the hair is kind of accurate. He just doesn't know what to do with those 6 hairs on the top. First he tried that Luis Miguel, that fag look, the Italian thing with over the top. That didn't work out too good. People were laughing at him. So here they're like all whistling in the dark. Anyway, we'll get into that. Got a whole bunch of stuff to do today. And, of course, right now on CNN.
All involved. But we've also seen the services.
Oh, now it's not bad enough. Now we're remembering. I mean, this has gone on for a week now. Tonight will be 1 week since the plane went down, and they're still going on. They still can't stop. They're just, it's like a out-of-control freight train that's just racing downhill, and nobody can come close to even thinking about how to stop it. You know, I'm beginning to wonder if they'll ever be able to stop it. You think so?
No.
I don't think so. They can't stop. They're so immersed in this crap. Oh, and by the way, was there anybody besides John that died in the crash?
No.
I don't think so. These other two people, you know, for every word about the Bassett's that they've had, there have been 50 million words about the Kennedys. I'm not saying that it's, and of course it was two of them and one of him, but it's still, they can't hold a candle.
This is the most disgusting program.
Yes.
I urge everyone to complain to this station.
And now it's time for language lesson of the day. Repeat after me. Mi papá no está viviendo con esa prostituta, which means my father no longer lives with that hooker. Hasta lumbago.
So anyway, 10:15, boy, that was short and sweet. 10:15 at 560 WQM, and I didn't even realize it, but today is payday.
Oh!
And Bluff was just in here handing out paychecks to everybody. How do you like that? Of course, George, being a hotshot, he's already got his check, his money in the bank 5 days ahead of time.
Of course, I could use that appearance money from 100 years ago.
You didn't get it yet?
No.
No, come on. And you know what? Now with this $35,000 fine from the FCC hanging over your head, that and you better call that guy in Bryn Mawr, New Jersey, up in the Philly area there from those Philly games, the Marlin games, because that guy, his $75 may have to wait a long time now. If indeed this turns out to be a true story, and if indeed, of course, they have to cough up $35,000 to the FCC, the word police. I told you we live in a police state, didn't I tell you that?
Uh-huh.
And we do. Only now it's gotten to the point where we can't even find out. It would be like being arrested, like somebody grabs you off the street in a uniform and drags you away, and you say, okay, well, what am I being arrested for? And they just sit there looking straight ahead, you know? You did something wrong, but we're not going to tell you. Just guess, and if you get it right, maybe we'll tell you if you're right, and maybe not. That's the way it operates. A parody to the Toys R Us? What are they talking about? Whoever put this in there, obviously, I mean, that part of it is wrong to begin with. So that raises all kinds of questions. Sends up all those little flags, like they always say, those little fags in here. Let's take a call or two before we get to Barry Jackass's brilliant column. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Quick dog story for you. I have a 75-pound Husky Shepherd and a 3-year-old son, and the dog was in his bedroom, and he did not want the dog to leave. And as the dog was making its way out the door, he slammed it, and my wife was in the room with him and looked and saw a piece of tail sticking in the door. She went over thinking, to let the dog out.
A piece of tail in the door?
What?
Go ahead.
She went over thinking to open the door to let the dog out. Open the door, tail, no dog.
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, about an inch of the dog's tail is stuck in the door, and we had to take it to the vet and have a little bit more taken off, and now it's at the house with this long strip of tail at the end with no hair. It looks like a piece of rope taped around. Felt bad for that dog.
Yeah, it's only its backbone. I mean, why get upset about that,
Last thing, in closing, it's the Packers' ball at the point of the muff.
Okay, well, listen, whatever you say, pal. I'm glad somebody's getting some tail in your house anyway. Here's Kendall. Hello.
How you doing this morning?
Okay, sir.
Sir, how do you feel about all this crap that Fat Pig?
You sound like one of those chronics to me is what you sound like. Anyway, here's something from one of our listeners, a fax this morning, kind of amusing, not great. It says, on their way to the Justice of the Peace to get married, a couple had a fatal car accident. The couple found themselves sitting outside Heaven's Gate waiting on St. Peter to do an intake. While waiting, they wondered if they could possibly get married in heaven. St. Peter finally showed up and they asked him. St. Peter said, I don't know, this is the first time anyone has asked. Let me go and find out. And he left. The couple sat and waited for an answer. For a couple of months, they began to wonder if they really should get married in heaven with the eternal aspect of it all. Well, what if it didn't work, they wondered. Are we stuck together forever? St. Peter returned after yet another month, looking somewhat bedraggled. Yes, he informed the couple, you can get married in heaven. Great, said the couple. But what if things don't work out? Could we also get a divorce in heaven? St. Peter, red-faced, slammed his clipboard onto the ground. What's wrong? Asked the frightened couple. Come on, St. Peter shouted. It took me 3 months to find a priest up here. Do you have any idea how long it's going to take me to find a lawyer? All right. Thank you, Thomas, who faxed me that this morning. Not bad. I'm amazed he actually did find a priest up there. How do you like that? Only 3 months. So Barry Jackass, who definitely is going to rot in hell if there is one. Decision awaits Reed. Now, it's not so much for what he wrote this morning, because it's just inane as usual, although he does talk about somebody that definitely better not be doing those hurricane games.
Joe Zagacki.
Yeah, like him. Decision awaits Reed, and there's the worst picture of Greg Reed here in the history of the human race. Greg is hiding under his desk right now. I'm not sure if it's that potential FCC fine or the picture in the Herald this morning that's caused Greg to be hiding under his desk like a little child with his thumb in his mouth. But at any rate, it says, WQAM general manager might hire outsider for UM football play-by-play job. We're all hoping he does, by the way, and I told him that this morning. I told him, if you hire Joe Zagacki, I absolutely promise I will blow my brains out right here on the air, like Howard Beale. It says, when WQM general manager Greg Reed returns from vacation next week, one of the most difficult decisions of his tenure awaits. Hate to break the news to you, Barry, but he had to come back for a funeral yesterday. He's here right now. I know you're a little bit behind the times, Barry, but you better get with it. Does he risk angering the University of Miami and hire University of Massachusetts announcer Mark Vandermeer, whom Reed has identified as the best broadcaster among the candidates for the Hurricanes football play-by-play job? Does he do that?
Yes.
Asked Barry. I sure hope so, because this guy supposedly is very good. Just like the guy from Indianapolis that we had the hockey take, Bob, which I heard, who was also very good, that should have been doing the Panthers games if it wasn't going to be Geldy, and we heard that old fuddy-duddy Jigs McDonald. And by the way, I spoke to 6,000 people between 2 o'clock yesterday and this morning show, and 6,000 people, each and every one of them, said the same thing about Jigs McDonald. You know what they said? He sucks. He's boring, he's old, he's tired, and what a disgrace that Bill Torrey again stuck his nose there. Like I told all you kids out there listening, it's not who you know, it's who you... Don't say blow, because then the FCC will get upset again. You can't talk about oral sex, because only on CNN they could talk about oral sex, and MSNBC and CNBC and the 3 major networks. For 18 months they talked about oral sex, and where did he stick it, and what did he do with it, and was the cigar moist, was it dry, was it a Temperillo, was it a Cuban, what kind was it in Menso, etc. But if we even make reference to it, you see, because evidently the word police are right it again, although nobody seems to really know whether this is real. Is it make-believe? It's kind of like this radio station. Is it real or make-believe? Does anybody...
No.
So anyway, it goes on about, does Reed make the politically correct move, one that would appease you? See, this thing with those blue noses, those brown noses, those butt lickers at U of M, those are the worst. I mean, those people over there, that is one of the most elite bunch of nose suckers in the history of the human race. Does he hire one that would appease UM officials? WINZ's Dave Lamont. I mean, you know, Dave, like I said, not a bad guy, but hysterical on those broadcasts, screaming, "Oh, it's a free job!" You know, like that. I'm sorry, Dave. You're a good guy, but
no.
Does he hire WFOR's
Joe Zagacki?
Oh, God. In fact, Joe Costello just said that he would commit suicide. We're going to have a mass suicide in here if they hire Joe Zagacki to do the UM game. That's right. George has also said he would do it. Jim Jones, eat your heart out. We're going to sit here and do better than Kool-Aid, okay? Faster and more painless. Or WPLG's Frank Ford. I mean,
no.
Even if he took that thing off his head, which I guess he did. You know what happened? The thing that used to be on Frank Ford's forehead, it's on Enrique's puss now. And you know why it won't slide off of there? Because Enrique keeps putting all that stuff on his face. And it kind of like sticks to it. No, seriously. If he would stop doing that, the thing might slide off. It was on the way down from his forehead. And it's stuck there right next to his schnoz. But at any rate, this goes on about, and of course, Mandich made an excellent point, and Mandich was great yesterday.
All right.
If you thought he was good yesterday, wait till 2 o'clock this afternoon. He had a really, I mean, he always, I love Mandich on the air, but I mean, he was really smoking yesterday. Maybe that's because he was listening to 99 Jam. He was jamming it. Huh? He was doing it, baby. So he'll be on again today. Hank's on vacation. Hank, don't take these long vacations, because every time we hear Mandich, people are saying, boy, you know, he sounds pretty good. So at any rate, we will see what we'll see about that, U of M and this whole. And it says Reed rarely has had the final say on announcer hires in the past. WQM's announcers for the Dolphins, Marlins, and Panthers have traditionally and sadly been chosen, and I'm the one saying and sadly, by the teams. That's why we wind up with Jigs McDonald, old McDonald on the farm. E-I-E-I is what they should have said to him. UM's weekly radio show begins in mid-August, and the football team opens August 29th against Ohio State. And as Mad Dog was saying yesterday, it's already the 23rd of July, you know? I realize Greg's a little slow to make these decisions, but get that guy from Massachusetts in here, and let's get him started and cut the crap. And just say no to...
Joe Zagacki.
Please. That wasn't very good, was it?
Joe Zagacki.
That was better. Oh, the prospect of him putting everybody into a coma. I mean, a guy with no personality, a guy who, even if he says hello, it's so boring, people start like swooning and falling on the ground. And this guy's going to do play-by-play? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, even though Barry says, oh, if Vandermeer is not hired, Zagacki might have the best chance to get the job, et cetera, and so on. He's got interest, but would need permission from WFOR, and everybody in the building will commit mass suicide if they hire him, which you left out of the article, Barry. Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Neil?
Happy Friday to you, sir.
Happy Friday to you. Listen, I saw Tom Green last night.
Yeah?
It was,
Green Talk Show. This is my favorite show.
Yeah.
Great show. What about that bar you went into with all those rednecks?
Yeah.
Was that scary or what?
That was lovely.
I mean, those women look like, I don't know, crack whores or something like that.
I love the thing when he was riding with that cop and he was going to give the speeding ticket out to that woman. And then those two young people that were kissing in the park there. Yeah, he said, I think we have an illegal sex act. Were you here to have sex? It was just great.
Yeah, listen, well, I wanted to thank you for turning me on to that show. And
best show in television, sir, and I got news to you. If I have to choose between watching another 700 hours of the Kennedy post-death thing here on all these networks or watching Tom Green, I'll stick with Tom, thank you.
His poor parents, though, huh?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Well, listen, I went to your webpage yesterday, and I couldn't download your Neil's sounds.
Yeah.
Like, actually, they would, I was downloading them, but then I would play them and nothing would come out for some reason. I don't know about that. So, well,
it'll give you something to do all over a boring weekend. Just keep diddling with it.
Well, got my mouth full of cashew nuts, so I got to let you go.
Okay, see ya.
Bye bye.
Okay, there's a guy with a mouthful of nuts. Is he going to He's going to probably get arrested for that. Yeah. We'll have the nut police in here pretty soon. By the way, speaking of something really disgusting, well, I'll tell you after the break. This Al Goldstein thing and screw. And, I'm responsible for this, although I shouldn't tell you that. But he mentioned that on the air the other day. Al, you're disgusting. You're a pig. Although it is in a very sick way. Well, I don't know. We'll have to pass it around the building and see if anybody finds it humorous besides me and George. Maybe Joe will take a look at it and see if he finds it. Have you seen this yet? The Screw magazine? Well, you'll have to come in and take a look at that. Now, there is a penis in there, so please just put your hands over your one eye anyway. 26 after 10 at 560 WQAM. I said it was sick, didn't I? Okay?
He's laughing.
He's laughing. No, he's laughing his ass off. He's going, all right. It is very sick. Well, hey, the Tom Green show is very sick. Al Goldstein is sick. I sure as hell am very sick.
It's Friday, you bastard.
In theaters now, from the director of The Spy Who Shagged Me and the director of Forrest Gump, it's The Spy That Shagged Gump.
Danger's my middle name. Hello, my name's Forrest Gump.
I think you're shagadelic, baby. You're switched on. You're smashing.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get.
Au contraire, baby. Yeah. Shall we shag now or shall we shag later?
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Oh, behave.
The Spy That Shagged Gump.
If that is a woman, it does look like she was beaten with an ugly stick.
Showing now.
I shagged her. I shagged her rotten, baby, yeah.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, yeah, baby.
10:32 at 560 WQM. We got Manage at 2. We got Donnie B at 6. We got the pregame at 6:30. The Brewers in the Marlins tonight. That should be a big crowd out there, shouldn't it? You think so?
No.
Anyway, maybe the audience can help us out with this because we just took a poll and all three of us think it's funny, even though there's a foot in the Ben & Jerry's thing there. That's bad. I'm surprised Joe was laughing at a naked foot. But nevertheless, on page 16 in the August 2nd issue of Al Goldstein's Screw magazine, his disgusting, pornographic, and perverted magazine that so many of us enjoy tremendously. Page 16, here's a full-page ad, a make-believe ad. Oh, geez, just dawned on me. But hey, what can I say? I have nothing to do with this, okay? He's the one that's a big Ben & Jerry's fish food fan. I'm the one that turned him onto it, but nevertheless. I'm going to describe this page to you, and we'll find out if the audience is regurgitating, if they find out that this is just a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Mad Magazine, a lot of times they had satire. Some people thought went a little bit too far, very tasteless, very irreverent. Tom Green show.
The Tom Green Show.
Like the thing with the cows, with the, oh man, that other one. Well, here's one that says Ben & Jerry's proudly presents, and it's got a cover of a Ben & Jerry's ice cream container. New Kennedy-flavored fish food. With a PH, of course. A delicious taste sensation brought to you direct from the shores of Martha's Vineyard. And at the bottom it says, and don't forget to try our classic Mary Jo Kopechne flavored fish food.
Oi!
Now, maybe we're not doing too well so far, but when you look over to the right, here's the cover of Ben & Jerry's. It says Vermont's Finest with a PH, Kennedy flavored extra chunky fish food. And here's the container itself. Open container. And the ice cream is in it. It looks like the real thing to me. In fact, you know something? I have to hand it to Al, even as grotesque as this is. It looks to me like somebody in his office sacrificed a real container of Ben & Jerry's fish food, although I wouldn't be surprised after that, because this other stuff is superimposed over it. So I wouldn't be surprised after they took the after they shot it, that he ate it. And the fish food, too. And here in the, I'm a little reluctant to describe this to you, okay? But here on top of the Ben & Jerry's, on very top of the ice cream, are the heads of Carolyn and JFK Jr. Here's a foot, there's a breast, and there, right in the middle, is a penis.
You call that a...
You call that a penis?
Yes. Yes. By any definition, that to me definitely looks like a penis. I've seen one or two in my time. That looks like one.
Circumcised, no less.
Yeah, and this one is circumcised, by the way, for those who may have been curious. So we'll find out from the audience if they're like, probably most of the audience is tuning out right now saying, this man associates with Al Goldstein. He's disgusting. He's crude. He's obnoxious. We've had it. That's it. You've had us pissed off all week, Neil. Oh, and then JP just came in. He's peeing in his pants. He's laughing so hard at this thing, okay? So I'm sure that somebody out there will say it's crude and disgusting, but so far we're batting 1,000. Oh! 4 for 4. Now, the women are the ones that would get bent out of shape, because I find that most women, for example, I went to my new doctor yesterday, who seems like a pretty good guy. I mean, they gave me the royal treatment in there. They're taking my pictures. They're getting my autographs. I'm not so sure if they did anything medical or not. I don't remember. Introduced to my doctor's wife. And my doctor was in the car, I guess, yesterday, or maybe the day before, and turned it on for the first time. His wife had never heard the show. And her comment was, he's a little vulgar, isn't he? But when I'm there, to my face, she says, oh, I like your show. So you see, it's the woman thing. Women have to say, they've been conditioned in America to being prudes. So they have to say, oh, that's disgusting, even though inside they're laughing their ass off. Aren't they? Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're just so repressed and uptight that they can't do it. They can't allow themselves to see the humor in something sick and twisted and distorted. That everybody that came in here and looked at the thing just peed in their pants all over the place. He's still laughing. Here's South Beach. Hello. Now let's wait 1 second. Let's see if Josh thinks that it's also. Let's see his reaction. He's looking at it. See, now he's trying to repress it, but he can't repress a smile. Go ahead, sir.
Neil, how you doing this morning, man?
Okay, sir.
Hey, I just want to tell you that I love your show, and that you should forget what all these assholes in the R&R.
He's laughing.
And the R&R are doing, and just you do your thing, and you keep on and making us laugh and saying the truth, all right?
All right, and screw them all. Okay, have a great day, sir. Yeah, he's laughing now. Clarence is laughing. So we're batting 5 for 5. Oh! Huh? Not bad. We're batting 1,000 so far. On Al Goldstein, page 16 in the August 2nd issue of Screw Magazine. 5670560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. And by the way, you know, when they put the letters to the editor in on a topic that a lot of people are writing about, which is very rare, but generally most newspapers try to balance it out. In other words, if they get 10 letters and 8 of them are on one side of the issue and 2 on the other, they'll put they put in proportion to whatever they're getting is the way they try to do it. Well, in the Herald this morning, there are 7 letters to the editor about the Kennedy business, about the death of John Kennedy Jr., whatever his name is. And they all basically are saying the same thing I've been screaming all week long. So maybe I'm not out there on a limb all by myself. Maybe most of the public does think that this is grotesque overkill.
That is meant to signify the white garment that's
still going on right now. The white garment, the black garment, this garment. I mean, they just can't stop. They're out of their minds with this. And the best of all the letters, this is really tragic, from Roland Rackow in Miami, who says, I don't begrudge the efforts taken to locate and retrieve the victims of the Kennedy tragedy, but I'm interested to know why the same efforts were not undertaken when my nephew died in a helicopter that he was piloting to pick up personnel from an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico. He had just taken off from the oil rig when a prop flew off and he went into the Gulf. The Coast Guard spent 1 day looking for survivors and then gave up. My brother-in-law had to hire a helicopter and search on his own for several days, which proved fruitless. This is not sour grapes, and I do grieve for the survivors of those who perished as we did for our nephew, but it does pay to be politically prominent in our society. No kidding, Roland. And we apologize for this bullcrap government of ours, okay? That if you have a big name, then they'll spend millions and millions of dollars. They'll go to the ends of the world, too, and do whatever they can. But if you happen to be Joe Blow out there in the street, they figure, you're on your own, okay? Nobody gives a crap.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Feeling sexy? Feeling kinky? Feeling old? Then come into Fredericks of Hollywood, Florida. Retirement haven to the elderly. So you wear a plastic hair bonnet when it's sunny out and a fur coat during the summer. Big deal. That doesn't mean you can't don some crotchless panties and a barbed wire bra tonight.
What, honey, look at these rubber panties. You'd look great in these.
No, Grandma, check out this G-string and see-through halter top combination. Wow.
Oh, that is nice, dear. I can see myself really getting into that little number. Can't you?
Bring the husband, bring your family, bring your bed nurse, and come into Fredericks of Hollywood, Florida. Look for one in the retirement community near you.
1044 at 560 WQAM. Here's some bad news, by the way. California bishop resigns amid abuse charge. How do you like that?
Oh, my God.
The Roman Catholic Bishop of Santa Rosa, California, resigned after a priest sued him for alleged sexual assault, officials announced yesterday. Bishop Patrick Zeman, 58, submitted his resignation to Pope John Paul II, who accepted it. A lawyer for Zeman, who led the 140,000-member Diocese of Santa Rosa north of San Francisco, said the lawsuit came only after the bishop refused to pay $8 million to keep the sex abuse charges quiet. The Reverend George Salas sued Zeman last week in Sonoma County Superior Court, alleging that Zeman demanded sex in exchange for keeping quiet about Salas' admitted theft of $1,200 from St. Mary's Church in Ukiah.
There's no facts in the church.
How do you like that? All he wanted was $8 million. Could have called Michael. He could have helped him out, written him a check.
Loan me $50.
5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Nobody offended. See, if we had any women in this building, we could bring one in and do a test on that. We don't have any women in the building. Do we? Is there any female anywhere in the building?
Some up.
Huh? Yeah, I bet you will. I'm not talking about for that. I'm talking to take a look at because I'm sure that they. Oh my God, that's disgusting. And they would just run down the hall screaming about what a bunch of perverts we are. Because they take everything seriously. You can't satirize something sad, something tragic. But once you're dead, I mean, really, what difference does it make? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay, sir.
Like I have to say, you got, man.
Yeah.
And Julio wannabe.
What is it?
I want to be American wannabe from Julio from Hialeah.
Yeah.
I'm going by the any types of.
Okay, like you said, 5670560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Your people just can't control themselves. I think the FCC ought to find them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Bring them down here and just at least slap them a little bit on the buttocks. 5670. Are we going to have another one of those days today?
Uh-huh.
Oh, not like yesterday, please. That was just tooth-pulling time. I noticed Mandich was smoking yesterday, and it's usually the other way around. For whatever reason, as great as he is, Mandich, I always hear him pumping those numbers. They were foaming at the mouth. I think it was that 99 Jams thing is what put him over the top. Okay, we finally have a female. Finally. Now, I don't want to gross you out, but this is Screw Magazine. And please look at it with a sense of humor. Don't be offended before you even take a look at it. Okay, great. Yeah, and? Oh, I love it.
That's great.
All right. God bless you, sweetheart. Thank you. Let's hear it, huh?
All right.
For Al Goldstein. There you go. You see, we don't have all these prudes running around like you think. We got some people here with a little bit of a sense of humor. Well, how the hell am I going to do this? Yeah. Oh, this board is such a piece of turd, I'll tell you. It's a joke. It's a Tinker Toy. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, maybe that's where they got the Toys R Us, because that's where Greg bought all the equipment for the studio at Toys R Us. Maybe that's where they got that. Got confused up there at the FCC. Because everything in here is like basically a Tinker Toy. And by the way, it's starting to get a little warm in here again. You notice that? Maybe we'll have to check that thing over there on the wall and crank it down. Just when the air had been working so fantastically well in here, day after day, it was like a meat locker in here. Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
You know, this Kennedy thing, this is not really the subject I want to get on per se, but they need to get
kind of love
away
and
with
affection
it.
that actors get.
What is it?
I think they need to get away with this Kennedy thing. Actually, there's a couple of things I want to say real quick if I can, but the Kennedy thing, I think they need just to get over it and stuff.
Yeah, you said that 4 times already. And what was the other thing you wanted to say about it?
Oh, I was wondering, you know when you guys play the cards from the Book of Brian?
Yeah.
And I haven't really paid attention to it exactly, but when
yeah,
you know, like sometimes there's like an you know, like a Roy or like all right or something like that. Is that like
Roy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys do it like
Roy.
You guys do it for the moment, or is it like already like?
No, it's already taped. It's already logged in. It's all automated.
Roy.
And in closing, first of all, I love your show.
Roy.
And all that.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
And in closing, I
have no control over it. It's programmed in there.
I have a little request. I was
Yes,
wondering if you could play something. There's
If it'll help your condition, I'll be delighted to. What is it?
with Steve Kane. Somebody's talking with Steve Kane on the. It's kind of long. It's talking with Steve Kane on the radio.
Yeah. Oh, you're a Steve Kane listener.
No, I'm a Neil listener. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And
because I didn't think anybody under the age of 100 knew who Steve Kane was, to be honest with you.
yeah, I remember you used to call him Mr. Ego or something.
Yes. There you go. Now you're starting to make a comeback. That's right.
And whatever happened to the pig reports? Were they breaking your cojones about it? Or?
Yeah, the FCC made us stop doing those reports. Well, listen, have a great day, pal, and take 2 and call us in the morning.
Just tell me what your problem is.
Okay, it's 10 before 11 at QM. Tommy just came in. He's contestant number 7, and he just wet his pants. He has to go change his underwear. Looking at the Screw Magazine page there, the fish food ad. See, it's too bad we don't have whammy just for 30 seconds, okay? In fact, that might have put us over the top if we would have had this page. I think that might have put that. All we have to
Yeah, they
block
would have
out,
shown that.
They wouldn't have. Well, we had to block out the penis and the nipple on the breast. But of course, it's in Screw Magazine, so it's all in there graphic. And of course, it is really disgusting. And it's nauseating. And Tommy, seriously, he just had to change his underwear again. He called June Allison for new supply of Depend. See, and I was a little bit reluctant to even talk about it because all the American public are supposedly so uptight about this. It's such a sensitive thing. But here it is. It's a week later. It's not like he just died. It's a week later. We can't all be as psychotic as these crazy people on CNN. Oh, here we go. They're playing the violin. What is wrong with you people? Anybody who believes that this is appropriate coverage that's still going on, today is 1 week after the plane went down, who believes that this is, believe me, you need to check into a mental institution and get yourself some help before it's too late. What you're really saying is that my life, your life, anybody's life has got no meaning, but if your last name is Kennedy or the media decided that you were somebody famous and glamorous, therefore the whole world should be shedding tears and we should be having a collective nervous breakdown and peeing in our pants, which we're only doing over the Al Goldstein thing. And by the way, thank you, Al, because he wasn't going to put anything in there about the Kennedys. And you remember he called here a couple of days ago? Remember that?
Uh-huh.
I sure do. And he said, I gave him the courage to put that thing in there and be as tasteless as he wants to be. Just like Luther Campbell always said, as tasteless as I want to be. And we said, all right. Oh, see, now that's good timing, by the way. You notice how I always talk up those things real good? Oh, here's Sam, by the way. Now let's see if Sam takes a look. Here, Sam is contestant number 8. Sam is looking at the page 16 in the August 2nd Screw Magazine. Just look, don't potchkey with it, don't play with it, just look at it. Just read it. Or have somebody read it to you would be good. Yeah, see, he's trying to control it, but he's got a smirk on his face. He's trying to control himself, but he likes it. He liked it. Try to put on, Mr. Cool, Mr. Suave. I know the important people. Oh, I never told the Ricky Martin story, by the way, about the plane trip to Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah. This is verified by an employee of the airline. I won't mention which airline that Ricky was flying to go to Frankfurt some weeks ago, sitting in first class, of course, with his boyfriend. And on the plane with everybody else on there. I guess maybe nobody was paying attention. I'm not really sure. But it goes to show he's not all that uptight and concerned because they were exchanging kisses on the plane. How do you like that? Well, it's a European thing. Maybe he was kissing on both cheeks.
Maybe one of the guys had a snake bite.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to kiss it and make it heal up and feel good. And his cheek, too. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's Tamarack. Hello.
Morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Well, I have a lot of respect for your hockey knowledge, but this time I really have to disagree with you on this Jigs McDonald.
Well, you're the first one. We had 6,000 calls yesterday, and they all said he sucks. He's old and tired.
I'm going to tell you this. I was a Ranger fan for 25 years back in New York, and I've had big dishes, the small dishes.
Yeah.
I watch hundreds of hockey
You
games.
probably even got milkshake and flake dishes, yeah?
Just like you, and I will tell you that when the Rangers used to play the Islanders, I would turn off the Ranger telecast and put on the Islander telecast and watch him.
Oh, boy.
I thought that he was just an outstanding announcer. And I,
Now, let me ask you, how much did Tori pay you to make this call? Come on, you can tell us.
Absolutely zero. But, no, I really think that I disagree with you. I think he really is outstanding, and I think that
Outstanding?
I do.
Wow.
I think he's one of the better ones. I put him up there with Emmerich, who I think is one of the best. I like Jenneret up in Buffalo.
You're putting him in the same category with Rick Jenneret?
Different
You're
type.
putting Jigs McDonald in the same category with Rick Jenneret and Mike Lang and Joe Bowen?
Oh, my God.
Oh, I think he's better than Mike Lang.
He's better than Mike Lang?
I think he's better than Lang. I rate him higher than Lang.
Remember when the guy woke up with a horse's head in his bed in The Godfather? Like that. That's how I feel right now.
Well,
okay, well, I hope you enjoy him, pal.
Well, I think the fans down here, he's about 1,000% better than what
Then Christina. I'll go along with that. You won't get any argument on that. They could have brought in a dead man, and he would have been better than Christina Moore.
I think the fans are going to enjoy him.
Okay.
But give him a chance.
Okay, thanks, pal.
Okay.
Okay, there's a guy who likes Jigs McDonald. Let's hear it for Jigs. Okay? Let's not make it into a racial thing, though. He likes the Jigs. 567-0560, pound 560. When he said he was better than Mike Lang, at that point, my stomach started making gurgling sounds, and Rick Jenneret. If he would have said, now this guy, he's from New York, so he probably doesn't know Joe Bowen, but if he would have said that Jigs McDonald is better than Joe Bowen, at that point, I might have gotten just a little bit violent. I abhor violence, but I might have had to make an exception at that point. You know what I'm saying? 567-0560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Here another quiet day, another quiet Friday in a big city. We're just waiting. Here it is. An hour of the show has gone by. Have we got any more information about that alleged fine from the FCC?
No.
Does anybody in this organization know anything about it?
No.
Did they come running in here to tell me about it?
No.
No, but Duff did bring my paycheck, which is a hell of a lot more important. He said, here's your paycheck, and by the way, I took a peek at it. It'll more than cover that fine. Thanks a lot, Duff. Here's a mobile in Hialeah. Hello.
Hi, my name is Neil.
Yeah?
How you doing?
All right.
All right. Listen, has that scumbag from St. Louis called you ever since you sold his ass off last
No, he's
time?
probably busy playing with himself while he's got it turned up as loud as it'll go. He's probably yanking it right now.
Oh my God.
See, now they just can't. Oh. They just can't say it quite exactly right. You know what I'm saying? There's just a way you got to say it, man. It's the Sofa King. Don't you understand? Not whatever you just said.
You got to put the acento in the right
No,
place.
you have to say it the way it's supposed to. It could be the Sofa Queen, the Sofa King, the Sofa Prince. It's a sofa store. Man. Get with it. Okay, you got it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line as we try to whip them up into a frenzy. So we've tried everybody. We haven't had anybody in the building who didn't think that it was. Nice going there, Al.
Oh! This is the Tom Green Show. It's up the Green Tom Show. This is my favorite show because it is my show. The Tom Green Show.
Something bothering you, Mrs. Spock?
May I say that I have not thoroughly enjoyed serving with humans. I find their illogic and foolish emotions a constant irritant.
Unlike you, we humans are full of unpredictable emotions.
Love, tenderness.
Yes, don't be afraid. Here's my hand. Hold on.
You are beautiful. More beautiful than any dream of beauty I've ever known.
What is your point, Mr. Spock? I love you. Kiss me. You out of your mind?
The prospect appeared quite attractive to you a moment ago.
You don't really want to hurt me, do you? Put that thing away.
No, I don't think so.
No, I can't. Listen quick.
By Second Officer Spock.
may have hit the wrong entry point.
Yes. Very well, Captain.
Try again.
It pleases you.
What are you waiting for? Hurry!
If you'll excuse the intrusion, Captain.
Bury the hatchet.
An appropriate choice of terms, Captain.
I feel so weak. I'll be glad when this is over. Harder! Coming.
Behaving disgracefully. I have eaten animal flesh and I've enjoyed it.
Believe me, Mr. Sprague. It was painful in more ways than one.
I don't know why I have not been infected.
Thank you, Mr. Spock. From both of us.
11:03 at 560 WQAM. So anyway, we're getting about 50,000 calls already from people who want to know where they can buy Screw Magazine. Do we know where they can buy Screw Magazine?
No.
We got to find out some newsstands where they carry Screw Magazine. In fact, George is putting in a call through to Al, who's probably on our wake right now. You know, people that eat that much, they sleep till about 1 or 2 in the afternoon because their metabolism's all screwed up. But we're going to try to find out where the hell we can get Screw Magazine for. I know that if you check www.screwmagazine.com, is it com or org? Well, whatever the hell it is, either one, that they've got a website, but whether it's on there or not, we don't know. Is he there? Is he on there? Is this the fat one?
George, can I lower the radio?
Yeah, lower the radio.
Lower the radio. You're on the air, Fatso. Stop acting like some kind of amateur, will you?
You're the guy who encouraged this.
Oh, thank God! Finally, we get a little bit of credit on this show. Thank you so much.
Without you, I wouldn't have done it.
That's right.
I was having, the guy had been a real wimp and a pussy. I'm sorry, a vagina.
No, you can say
when
it.
It came
Oh, jeez.
Well, I didn't do Diane when she died. I really wimped out.
Why not?
Because I was sensitive.
You know something? Listen to me. It's not too late because the timing would be good. Even though that was a year and whatever the hell it was 2 years ago, you still can, now the timing is good because the media is going crazy. They're still hawking away with this thing on there right now on CNN with the services
all
and everything.
The networks too.
All the networks are covering it too. So now would be great for the Diana thing. In fact, you could put them side by side.
I had them having sex in heaven.
There
I'm going to have a JFK Jr. orgy with Marilyn Monroe, Diana, and anyone who croaked lately. But the important thing is, if you have
don't put Elizabeth Montgomery in there, please. I liked her. Please.
Oh. You have been so crude and mean, and that's so brilliant. And you encouraged me. And then when I had dinner with George, who of course ate like a pig because it was free. I get to have sex with Crystal, but is that a good enough price? Or had ribs for $18.95.
Dreams.
But anyway, I was so excited. I don't even have the issue. But I just called my editor Ivan to tell him you did a great job because Neil is laughing.
Yeah.
And I am thrilled.
Not only am I laughing, everybody in a building, male, female, infantile, and juvenile, they're all laughing. They're all peeing in their pants. I think I helped you hit the jackpot. In addition to which, you do understand that if it wouldn't have been for me, you would have never known fish food from Moishy Pupik in the first place.
Yes, and that's why when I get stoned in Holland and there's fish food 3 blocks from my apartment, I'm stoned and I eat 3 pints. And that's why I've gained 8 pounds. Thank you, Neil. I'll have a diabetic attack. But
wait till you see the ceremony we're going to throw for you, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. The issue you have is on sale Monday in adult bookshops. Not to be commercial, but if they visit the website, Screw is on every day. So it's screwmag.com. They get Screw every day in my TV show Midnight Blue, where I sucked up to you. Even though I'm sucking up to Howard, I still said you're better.
And you're sucking up to Conan O'Brien, too.
Conan is big.
I mean, at least Howard's got an audience, okay? Conan O'Brien, what are you sucking up to him for? We don't have any audience.
I want to have his baby.
Yeah, get on the Tom Green show. There's a guy with an audience that would buy your magazine.
Listen, I'll even start a baseball team just to work the other people on your show.
You're shameless, man. You're unbelievable.
No, I'll do anything. I'm a slut. If I was thin, I'd be a male hustler.
In fact, he's starting a new sex publication called Shameless and Desperate.
I am desperate because I'm a Jew boy.
And by the way, Rose tells me that you masturbate furiously while you listen to the show every day. Is that true?
Yes, well,
for 4 hours.
And I look at pictures of George.
No wonder you sound so depressed. So in other words,
I'm so excited.
Listen to me. If they go on a website now, is the whole magazine on there?
Yes, Monday.
Oh, so in other words, it's not on a website today.
No, because you have an advance copy. If it's printed Thursday and it goes on sale next Monday.
So what?
But adult bookstores will have the actual copy.
Only adult bookstores?
Yeah, because
they want to order.
dirty.
What if they want to order one? Would you mail them?
Sure. Okay, can I give them the address?
Please.
Okay, just I'll be in New York Tuesday, so getting ready for Conan and Howard, of course. Screwmat.com. Yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
I'm a hooker, I know. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Al
Goldstein. Okay, Al Goldstein, 43 West 24th Street.
Enough for the talking.
43 West 24th Street, New York City. Just write attention, Al Goldstein. Send $5.
What's in New York City? What about, does it have a zip code or something?
10010, Neil, and they should send me $5 cash so I don't declare it, and I'll send them 2 copies. Give me cash because I can go out and buy hot dogs. Don't give me checks because it's, IRS will track it.
43 West 24th Street?
New York City, 10010. Send $5. I'll send them 2 copies.
Yeah.
I'll mail it out within 24 hours because I'll be in New York Tuesday.
Okay, you know something? I'm going to lay down a challenge to you, okay?
Yes.
I want you know who I want you to be on with? Forget about Howard and Conan O'Brien and Tom Green. I want you to be on with
Only $50.
Larry King.
Oh, I was with Larry Saturday night.
Yeah.
You're going to laugh. No, you love to make fun of me because I'm fat. I'm a member of the Friars, so I was voted down 6 times. In L.A., I'm a Friar, so I went to Milton Berle's 91st birthday, where I feel young at the Friars.
I read about that, yeah.
Saturday night, Larry King was the host, and Steve Allen is on piano.
Yeah.
So
I'll bet you Steve Allen's a big fan of yours. He used to be my hero. Now he wants to clean up everybody's act.
You got
to go to work for the FCC, him and the word police.
It's very sad because he's the only guy who gave Lenny Bruce a shot.
Right.
And actually, I shook his hand. I said, I know you hate my work. He said, yes, I do. But I shook his hand anyway. Because Lyle Stewart, who's a fat publisher, as you know, Steve Wynn put him in chapter 11 because Lyle alleges his mafia influence. So, but Lyle said that Steve Allen's very generous and will send poor people money. So I congratulate. I sucked up to Steve too. Maybe he'll get a show one day. Hey, you never know.
Seriously, I want to forget about Larry King being the host. I want to see you weasel your way in and have him, because he has had Larry Flynn on the show.
But no, you see, I blew myself out of the water 3 years ago. I sued Larry King because he booked me, and then it was a Sunday night, and he had Elvis Presley's cousin, and they said they didn't have time for me. I had to come back. So I took Larry King to small claims court for $400 for my plane fare. I won the $400, and so I'm blacklisted. Also think again, why have I never been politically incorrect? Because Bill Maher is a low-life SOB.
That's a bad show. You wouldn't want to be on that show. Why would you
be on anything? No, come on. I go to Winn-Dixie openings. No, I've never met a TV show I didn't like.
And I'll trade those out for fish food, by the way.
Oh, fish food is so good.
Okay.
You mentioned these new flavors that sound great. I got to run out and buy it.
Okay, go back to the KY. I'll see.
Thank you.
Okay, get out of there. Okay, there you go. I'm really distraught because these people want it now. They want to see it today. I don't want to lose something over the weekend. And I'm the one, this is very sad. Here's the guy in his old age, in his advanced age, he's starting to wimp out, he's starting to suck up the people he doesn't even like, and he's starting to wussify a little bit. He didn't want to put this thing in. I'm the one that had to convince him to do this, and he didn't put the Diana thing in there. The Diana thing would have been a natural. You can conjure up all the things. Prince Charles with just the ear sticking out with his head in there. I mean, just all the different things you can imagine, But he'll work on it. Butching up a tired, old, fat Jew man. That's what we're doing on this show. 10 past 11 at 560 WQAM. Hey, by the way, I got a big editorial here from the Sun Sentinel today. It says, cigars need warning labels. How do you like that? I'll get into that in a minute. Oh, yeah, the Sun Sentinel, gambling is evil, cigars are evil, reading their newspaper is hazardous to your health. You know something? Screw them. If you like a good cigar, go to Nick's. They'll tell you to them, okay? They'll sell you any kind of a great cigar you like. They got those Cuban bullets and those Inmensos and those brand new Perdomo Reserves and Perdomo Squared, which, where the hell are they, by the way? Did you put those away somewhere? Oh, thank God for that. Went into a cold sweat because you know how niggardly they are with the cigars to us down at Nick's. Oh, Nick's. Huh? No, they're a little niggardly with their cigars. Not like that other place used to be where they'd send boxes and boxes. I think what really happens is that probably the people I send over here, like Penis and then that Al guy, they steal half of them.
It's Friday, you bastard.
Capitol Records is proud to present the Elvis album everyone's been waiting for. It's Elvis in Seattle.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence. I'm getting hungry.
Hey, Red, give me a cheeseburger, man, and see if the Colonel's got any leftover lasagna. I'm getting hungry.
That's right. The king of rock and roll is playing the Kingdom, and you've got a front row ticket.
Well, Jeremy spoke in class today.
Elvis covers all the great Seattle bands. Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and the one that started it all, Nirvana.
Oh, man. I'm a lotto, my mosquito. My libido.
Elvis is wearing flannel and rocking Seattle. Only on Capitol Records and Tape.
Man, SpaghettiOs, got some Cheetos, and some Pros, mashed potatoes.
11:16 at 560. You're welcome, WQAM. Jim Mandich will be in again today.
Yeah.
For Hank Goldberg at 2. We got Donnie Baseball at 6. Pregame at 6:30. The Brewers at the Marlins, 7:05 tonight. Cigars need warning labels, so says the Sun Sentinel, because they're very concerned about our welfare. They're very, very goody two-shoes. Casino gambling is very, very evil. We definitely don't want that. It's bad. Cigars are bad. Decades after it should have acted, the U.S. government now wants to impose the same health warning labels on cigars as it does on cigarettes and chewing tobacco. The current double standard of regulation is foolish and wholly unjustified. Medical evidence is overwhelming that cigar smoking carries the same kind of risks of disease and death as other forms of tobacco use. The facts run counter to the feelings of many cigar smokers that they're safe because they usually don't inhale and smoke less than cigarette users. The Federal Trade Commission is proposing a sensible policy. It wants to require the 3 bluntly worded, et cetera, and so it goes on. And it also wants to prevent them from advertising on radio and television, just like cigarettes. And like I said yesterday, I liked Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. I like those ads for a Marlboro and for whatever the hell else they used to have on. Chesterfield, Queens. And for Newports and Salem's and all those other fruity cigarettes. What the hell was wrong with that? All these products that are legal that you can buy, if they're legal to be sold, then the people who are making them ought to be able to advertise. It's just a goody two-shoes, hypocritical bunch of crap. And the people who are sitting there writing this crap are probably sitting there with a faggot hanging out of their mouth and maybe a cigarette too. Who the hell are you kidding? And then they got here, if you want a copy of the report on cigar smoking, call 877-382-4357 or check out the FTC internet website, www.fascism.com. Isn't this great? Same people that are always, we're not reading the newspaper for a lecture. I hate to break the news to you. We're not looking for a lecture. We're looking for information, news, amusement, sports, scores, whatever we're looking at it for. Not to be told how to live our lives and about how casino gambling is evil and cigars are evil and cigarettes are evil. Booze is evil too. Should we outlaw that? Let's go back to prohibition again. And like I said yesterday, sugar's killing a lot more people than cigars and cigarettes put together. Should we outlaw that? Yeah. Everything's going to be illegal if we leave it up to the goody two-shoes in our local newspapers here. What a bunch of assholes. I say let's have Al Goldstein put out a daily newspaper here and say goodbye to the Herald and the Sun Sentinel. That's what I say, for people with a sense of humor. Haven't had one person yet have the cojones yet to go, and I'm sure they heard me describe this ad, this phony ad in Screw Magazine. Ben & Jerry's Kennedy-flavored extra chunky fish food with Carolyn and JFK Jr.'s heads on top of the fish food with body parts. Not one person has called yet to say it's disgusting and tasteless, and the fact that you're talking about it on the air promoting it is even more disgusting and tasteless, and we're revolted and nauseated. I don't hear that. I bet you my aunt would call and say that, but she's probably watching the services right now.
Judy, there was definitely ambivalence in the baby boom generation.
Oh, yeah, there we go again with the baby boom generation. See what I tell you? I know what it's all about. The media compartmentalizes everybody. All these phony made cliches. You're a baby boomer. You're a Generation Xer. You're an asshole. You're whatever, Bullcrap. You're a human being. And the year that you were born doesn't determine your attitudes or behavior or whether you're a decent person or a scumbag, okay? But the media will never believe that because you're a baby boomer. The only boomer I know used to play football. Here's Perrine. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You were right.
And there was Paul Boomer in that farting contest. Yes, sir.
Really? I was calling because I watched some of that thing on the Kennedys the other night on PBS, and you had a number to get the tape. I didn't get to see it all. I'd love to get the number to get that tape.
You got it, George? That 800 number? Okay, we'll dig it out for you. I'll give it to you as soon as George gets it. We'll put it on.
Okay, also, just in passing, I guess I'm one of the baby boomers, as they refer to him. I remember Kennedy when he got, and whatever. But the idea is that what has his son ever done?
Nothing.
Right. Thank you.
Zero.
Have a nice day.
Okay. What's that number again? We'll give this guy a chance to pick up an instrument.
800 1-800-328-7271.
7271.
The American Experience, The Kennedys.
The American Experience, The Kennedys. 328-7271. Is that correct? 1-800? Okay, so there you go, sir. It's and like I said, it was well done. I saw the second part Tuesday night, the 2 hours on PBS. It's a 4-hour thing altogether. Well done because it was objective and it wasn't one of these gushy pieces where they romanticized and this whole Camelot business and all this other bull crap. I mean, if these people were your heroes, that's fine. I like JFK and RFK too. That was great, and Teddy. But they're human beings. They're not royalty. Their stuff still stinks, and they're mortal human beings that do a lot of grotesque and unacceptable things and think they can get away with anything. And also, like we keep telling you, royalty is a British thing, and we'll always laugh at them for doing it, and we fought like a war to try, so we don't have to have that here. So we didn't have to have a goddamn king ruling over us. But in the meantime, people are like still, it's just amazing to me. Every time I think, okay, this is it. They threw the ashes out there at sea. They had 5 hours of that ship sitting out there yesterday. And I think to myself, this has got to be the end. They can't possibly find any reason, any justification for dragging this out anymore. And you know what? Surprise! Yeah, they got Karen Carpenter on there now singing We've Only Just Begun. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a mobile in Sunrise. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Godfather question.
Yeah.
First of all, what was the name of the guy that the feds brought in to testify against Michael Corleone in Godfather 2 in the congressional hearings? The old man.
Frankie Pentangeli.
Pentangeli.
Yeah, Frankie Pentangeli, right.
Now, Michael was in with, was that his brother?
Yeah. It was between the brothers.
Yeah, what was that all about?
Well, they had the brother. In other words, they brought the brother in from the old country, and they had a hold of him, and obviously the deal was if Frankie Pentangeli spilled the beans, the brother was going to sleep with the fishes, you know?
I got you. It's always something new when you watch that movie, or both of them.
Right. I didn't know no Godfather. I was in the olive oil business with his father.
And who killed Fredo? Who was it out in the boat that killed Fredo?
That was Al Neary, I think, wasn't it?
Was it?
Rizzo? I don't know. I don't remember. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, he's dead anyway.
Well, he didn't say. If he would have said one more Hail Mary, not too late, Fredo. One more. Come on. Too late.
Don't be dumb like Fredo.
Exactly. I'm not dumb. I'm smart. Not like people say I'm smart.
Yeah, I got smart. All right. I'll talk to you later.
See ya. Like Marlon Brando said, and Fredo, you know, what could you say? 567-0560, pound 560 on the TTTT line. We got 6,000 open lines here, just like yesterday. Coming to work this morning, though, I realized there ain't nobody here. I mean, there was like wide open sailing. You could have your own lane. You could have your own part of the highway. Here's Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Good week to have an election next Thursday. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm so tired of people giving JFK Jr. all this credit for that salute when he was a kid. It's so orchestrated.
Hey, what difference does it make? What was the significance of that? What's the big deal with that?
You know, I mean,
even if he would have done it spontaneously, it would have made it more dramatic, I guess, or more. But what was the great significance of that?
I don't know. You know, everybody was supposed to feel sorry for the kid.
Well, let me ask you this question: does anybody formulate an opinion about you based on something you did when you were 3 years old?
I don't think so.
When you meet somebody, do you ask them, well, let me ask you, is there anything you did when you were like 3 or 4 years old that would impress me so I can, like, pass judgment on what kind of a person you are?
Exactly.
It's on the face of it, it's idiotic. It's asinine.
Well, you could see what was coming from him. I mean, Jackie, she literally almost smacked his face there.
Right, she pushed his hand down, and he put it up, and then within about 2 seconds, he curled his fingers up and pulled it away. He didn't know what he was doing.
Not at all. I think we need to just give him a nickname, maybe Crash, you think?
Yeah.
Or Boom?
Crash Kennedy.
Crash Kennedy's kind of, it has a ring to it.
Don't say the boomer, pal. There's only one boomer. Have a great day, man.
All right.
See ya. You know, I'm just waiting here. And, of course, the women out there, oh, that's disgusting. We wouldn't talk to him, but we feel that he's so disgusting and disrespectful, and these were wonderful people, and they never stole a freight train. How do you know? I guarantee you if there would have been booze on it, the old man would have stolen it. 567-0560, and probably Teddy would have drank it. You know what I'm saying? Not that I don't like him, but he's got a little bit of a problem there, which is why he's so red in the puss. I don't want to start in about drunken Irishmen again, okay? They get real uptight about that. It just goes with the territory. They can't help it. It's like the people from Sicily. It's in their blood. They can't help that thing with their nose keeps going off to the side. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Your asshole smells.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Thanks for there's a rating on my
rectum.
And thanks for listening to 560 WQAM. Glad that yours doesn't, sir. I'm pleased. Maybe you could send it over to us, okay? We could examine it and find out whether his rectum really stinks or not. Maybe he's related to the Kennedys and his stuff doesn't stink. That could be.
Listen to me. This is Stan Feinstein for Sofa King. You understand? Where everything is held to the high Sofa King standards. The selection isn't just huge, it's Sofa King huge. Believe me, you'll never shop anywhere else. And Sofa King's prices aren't just low, they're Sofa King low. You'll never find them anywhere else. Listen to me. When I say Sofa King has a beautiful store, I mean Sofa King beautiful. When I say the staff is helpful, I mean Sofa King helpful. Listen to me. Get to know the Sofa King and enjoy a selection that's Sofa King huge, a staff that's Sofa King courteous, and prices that are Sofa King low. You'll never shop anywhere else. But don't take it from me. Take it from satisfied customer Frank N. Stein.
Sofa King good.
You said it, Frankie. Sofa King good.
Okay, it's 11:31 at 567. What is it at 560 WQM? I'm a little bit hyper now because I'm getting the exciting news that somebody just called in on the website. What is it, the R&R website?
The FCC website.
Oh, the FCC's got a website? All right.
All right.
So how come they've got information on the website, but they don't have any information with their attorneys there? Or are people just stupid? Is that it?
Uh-huh.
So this incident, this fine that we're supposedly getting, or allegedly, is for something we played last May, not this past May, but May of '98, and the complaint wasn't filed in Miami or anywhere in South Florida. It was over there on the West Coast in Fort Myers.
Oi!
And it wasn't filed against WQAM 560. It was filed against WQAM 770, which used to be WWCN, the Beasley station. The Beasley people are the ones who are going to have to deal with this.
All right.
How do you like that? And we still don't know which pieces of material it was. How do you like
and
that?
The site don't say.
So we've obviously got some agent provocateur over there on the West Coast now who's got very serious problems and no life. Great. Well, we're starting to get a little slowly but surely. Leave it to us to have to piece this together because our management, they're all going around like that. The lawyers, the FCC lawyers, the general manager, the program director, they're all going, yeah, we don't know nothing, okay? And by the way, who's this Jigs McDonald guy? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rogers, how are you?
Great.
You know, one thing I haven't heard you talk about is that SunPass business. You know, I loaned a friend my car last week, and now they're sending me a bill in the mail that he ran through and didn't pay the bill.
I talked about it. Channel 4 did a piece on it. Gary Nelson went through the thing, and a third of the time that he went through there, it didn't work.
Well, I'm sitting here, man, and selling. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a picture of my check and send them the damn bill for it, you know? And send them the check, too.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Good luck to you, sir. Whatever you said. By the way, like I said, there's nobody in town, so next Thursday would be a great day to have an election, right?
Oh!
So that we can have like maybe about 100 people vote, and 95 of them will be from Dade County on somebody's being paid off, no doubt, to vote yes. If you do live in Dade County, by the way, and you're a registered voter and happen to be going to be here next Thursday, that would be a good idea to keep in mind.
No.
Over and over again. Vote early, often, get your dead relatives to vote 2 or 3 times, just to make sure, just to be on the safe side, because, you know, they'll be trying to rig it on the other side. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Hey, 2 things. First off, I kind of feel a little sorry for that caller who happens to like Jigs McDonald. I mean, let me tell you, I grew up in New York, and I was a Ranger fan, and I would much rather listen to J.D. and Sam Rosen any day over Jigs.
Yeah, Sam's good. I mean, J.D. never lets him speak, but Sam is good.
No, they're pretty good, and I mean, I don't know why he'd shut off the Rangers announcers to listen to Jigs.
Maybe he liked that beard. Maybe he had a thing for him, you know? Maybe he had a fetish. Maybe he's got a Jigs McDonald blow-up doll. You know something? You know what a hockey fan I am. I have never spoken to anybody who thought Jigs McDonald was good, ever.
Me too.
He's a very nice guy. I mean, I've talked to people who know him. I know him a little bit. He's a great guy, but he's just boring.
Exactly.
In addition to which, he's never done radio. Now, you know as well as I do that doing hockey on the radio requires a great deal more description than doing television. He's never done radio before.
I have a lot of friends who are big Islander fans, and they couldn't stand him up in New York. And
yeah.
Now we have to get him down here in Florida. I was like, oh boy, you know, can't escape him. But secondly, hey, you know, if my plane would have went down up there, you know who'd be out there searching for me? Probably my parents and my girlfriend in a rowboat.
Right.
You know, and you know, what really makes me sick is, you know, I turned on the news for a few minutes last night, and of course they're still showing this garbage on there, and I got sick to my stomach when I saw all these people waiting outside of his apartment. It might have been 2 nights ago, and they're crying, and he meant so much to us. I mean, they didn't even know this guy.
Based on what?
I know they didn't know this man. They never met.
You know, Mandage had a great point yesterday. He was saying in Florida, where people are generally so unfriendly, most people don't even know their neighbors' names. You know, next door or 2 doors down, don't even speak to them. And yet here's somebody who's a total stranger.
And they're crying.
And they're crying and they're emotional and they're hysterical and they're schlepping up there in New York with flowers to the house. I'm sorry, I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. I mean, I don't know if they have a big void in their life, if they don't have anything going on in their life.
They have no lives, and their lives are totally based on synthetic symbolism. You can't live your life based on symbols. You have to live in a real world.
Exactly. I mean, it was a sad situation, and, you know, it's a terrible thing to happen, but you know what? You move on in life. And, you know, another thing is I don't think these people, maybe they haven't experienced any type of death or, you know, any of their friends or family dying.
Sure they have.
It's weird. It's kind of like, let me relate it real quick to, I mean, I've had some tragedy in my life. I'm 30, but my girlfriend, she's in her 20s, and her grandmother's 94, and she tells me, when my grandmother dies, I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, listen, she lived a full life. You got to be kidding me. You're going to harp on it and let it, you know, and sit there. You're going to be sad for a little while, but then you move on.
Right.
And I think a lot of people can't really
See,
deal
I
with
have
it.
a motto that life is for the living. If you're still alive, you go on and you live your life. You can't.
It's a cycle.
I mean, sure, you can mourn for loved ones and so on, but there has to be a limited amount of time, and then you have to go on and live
And then
your
you move
life.
on. What, are you going to live your life and just sitting there feeling sorry for yourself? I mean, come on. It's a joke. It's such a joke, and the media doing this whole thing, it just, I guess they feed on these people.
Okay. Don't say feed on these people. That's a bad choice of words. Have a great day, pal.
Take it easy.
Now I'm starting to think about the fish food thing again. 5670560, pound 560. So maybe the reason that they can't find this thing is because the FCC fine, if there really is one, is against WWCN and not against WQAM. Since I'm sure that the FCC doesn't consider it, even though they call it QAM 770, but that's not what the FCC considers it. So we got any verification on that, or are we still walking around going like that? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Of course, that would teach those Beasleys a thing or two to just throw this thing on the air over there in Fort Myers with all those repressive right-wingers over there. That would teach them a lesson or two. And not to even pay us for putting this material on the air over there in Fort Myers. But nevertheless, in fact, I don't see any calls coming in from Fort Myers now defending the kind of behavior of some of your cohorts over there, some of your uptight goody two-shoes prissy assholes, which, of course, we went off the air for a while there because they had to put some religious fanatic on there who couldn't pay for a show anymore, and then all of a sudden, by popular demand, we had to go back on again in Fort Myers. Here's Key Biscayne. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't they save a lot of gas money and a lot of time and energy if they had just left them in the water where they crashed?
Yeah.
Because didn't they throw their ashes back in the water?
That's right.
I mean, and what's going to happen when Amy Carter dies? Are we going to have to go through this again?
No, nobody cares about her.
But
She's very ugly, too, by the way.
Wouldn't you think that one of the major channels, non-cable channels, would have the guts or have the ingenuity to do something different?
No.
You got a great card about the media. It's a lady saying something about the media.
The media is sick and needs help badly.
Yeah.
Amen.
And that's Tammy Faye, by the way. It's not any lady.
Oh, I didn't know
If
that.
even she knows it, then everybody should know it. Have a great day, pal.
Bye.
Yeah, that's why I'm stuck with MTV and Much Music, man, over and over and over again. Because, and you know what I didn't do? I was going to do a poll and find out which, see if you're a Tom Green fan from back in the days when he was on Comedy Network. See, they changed the open, I guess, for whatever reason. I guess they wanted to get rid of those, those sounds or whatever. But they've shortened it down on MTV. They've cleaned it up. It's a lot more crisp and clear, but nevertheless, I thought the open was much better before on Comedy.
This is the Tom Green Show.
Of course, that's a lot cleaner copy.
Green Talk Show. This is my favorite show because it's my show. The Tom Green Show.
See, just the opening of it cracks me up. I don't know about you if you watch the Tom Green Show, but just the opening cracks me up. And the older one, I wish they would bring it back. It was longer. It was better.
Media is sick and needs help badly.
By the way, the Sun Sentinel said nothing about marijuana.
There we go. Hey, y'all, my name is Clarence Eugene Thomas, President Bush's nominee for the Supreme Court. And you know, there's lots of people out there that think just cause I smoked a little marijuana when I was in college. Hell, it wasn't nothing but a pen joint. Hell, maybe a cigar side joint. I don't remember, y'all. That they don't think I'm fit to be on the Supreme Court. Yeah, I got the munchies. Let's do this quick and get out of here. I want to set y'all straight. When I start reviewing the law, I don't just review the law. Hell, y'all, I be toking. And I toke it to the east, and I toke it to the west, and I toke it while I look up Sandra Day O'Connor's dress. All right. I be toking. Let's go burn one, y'all.
Yeah, the Sun Sentinel says cigars need warning labels, but it says nothing about weed, so I guess that's okay.
Yeah, man.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line as we keep plodding along here, desperately trying to squeeze a little bit of energy, a little bit of something out of this lethargic town. We're working on it. We got 600 open lines now. Let's see if we can't light a couple up. You think so? Any chance?
No.
Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know, the Kennedys are moving on. They wasted no time in cremating the body.
Yeah.
You know, but these people, you know, I guess these are the same type of people that would follow Jim Jones into the...
Right. That's right. In fact, most of them are saying it's pretty hot out here today. Can we have some Kool-Aid?
But to be a Christian evangelist, I mean, the Irish church yesterday, I bet their plate was full.
Yeah.
I mean, big time money.
Oh, yeah, this is good business, man. They had 1,000. There was an overflow crowd. They were spilling out on the streets. They had Eric Burden there singing Spill the Wine.
And today, too, they got florists on the corner, they said, 5 blocks away selling flowers by the church.
This is an act of mass insanity, what's going on today. I mean, I don't care what anybody tries to tell me to try to rationalize it. This is an act of mass lunacy.
I've been called by my family a man. They said, you have no compassion. This is what I've been told this week. Me. I said, why? Because I'm not a nut?
Compassion for what? For somebody that we didn't even know, who didn't affect our lives in virtually any way?
That's what I said. I said he was a public figure, you know, in a sense he was famous because he has a famous family.
Yeah.
I said, but other than that, yeah, I feel sorry that the young man died, but other than that...
What's the big simus?
No, let's go to the beach and smoke some pot.
All right, there you go. And the Sun Sentinel says it's okay, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, go right ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Cigars are bad, cigarettes are bad, but the wicked weed, that's okay because if you use the right wrappers. And if you're listening to the right rappers like Mandich was yesterday, then you're going to be...
All right.
5670 WQAM.
Yeah, Margate.
Okay, hold on. Let's go to Margate. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, since when does a pilot who dies and kills other people not get autopsied for drugs?
Mm-hmm.
And they immediately cremate the body.
The Kennedys don't do stuff like that, sir. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, a.k.a. Chappaquiddick,
How's
right?
Mary Jo doing, by the way? Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Neil.
And also, by the way, how's Marilyn doing?
Let's not dig up that can of worms.
Okay, so to speak. Have a great day. How's poor Marilyn Monroe doing? Anybody?
No.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Goes to show you the passage of time. They like to glamorize everything and make it so much more romantic and so much more wonderful and glamorous. And I got news for you. It wasn't. It was a period of time when the young people were optimistic, when there was some hope, when we had a lot of idealism, and that's all gone 31 years ago. And if this kid was such a symbol of it to so many millions of people, then what have they been doing? Have they read a book?
No.
I mean, have they have any idea what's going on?
No.
No. They're just living in a time warp. Here's Naples. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Happy Friday.
And back to you, sir.
What happened 31 years ago?
Bobby Kennedy got assassinated, June 6, 1968.
Okay, because you mentioned, you know. Oh, by the way, I don't know what the the suit is about, but like today I'm listening to you on 770 because it's cloudy, but usually on 560. You think you get Christian bashers? Before you, these two guys do a Howard wannabe show.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, they're really gross. And
really?
They go, and then 5 o'clock into Hank or Mandich, who's ever there, comes this kind of like sports guy who's just like he pushes the envelope too, and they get. I mean, so many these Christian ladies just go berserk. So I don't know what the suit is, but they do a lot of provocative stuff. And for these, everyone here migrated from the Midwest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, they're just, like, so
a bunch of goody two-shoes, yeah.
So religious. But back to this Robert Kennedy thing, like, you saw the documentary and all that. Okay, all I want to say, I kind of like Jack a little, and I like Ted a lot.
Yeah.
What did you like about Robert?
What did I like about him?
Yes.
Was the fact that he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Right. And he was on Joe McCarthy's
right,
committee.
that's right. But he got away from that. He went after the mob. He went after Jimmy Hoffa. He did a complete turnaround. He actually started to get some real serious values. He started to empathize with minorities and with the poor. When Martin Luther King got killed for the next couple of months that he was alive, when he was running for president in the primaries, he was like the one last great hope for all of these people. I mean, he really did a tremendous evolutionary turnaround from where he started, from where the old man was to where he wound up.
I have to agree with that, but the old nepotism kind of fit in there. I mean,
well, look, I mean, only the Kennedys would have had, and they said that in that piece the other night, only the Kennedy family would have had the chutzpah for JFK to name his brother as Attorney General. Nobody else would have had the balls to do that.
Well, and not to mention, what about the piece? That was a great piece. What about the fact that Joe,
Well, I mean, once you start mentioning Joe, you're talking
about
about
with Joe McCarthy and Henry Cabot Lodge, who is running against Jr., who is running against Kennedy for the Senate seat.
Right.
Joe McCarthy would not go to bed with him, and Kennedy just very slimly, won that election.
Right.
But I guess
so to speak. Well, we don't know. That could have been a fixed election too. I mean, we're finding out as time goes on there are more damn fixed elections in this country than you can shake your thing at.
But the point is, we got the same thing happening now with this Bush factor.
Yeah.
It's all name recognition and the family and the
right.
whole. I mean,
that's right. Most people in this country don't have any idea what George W. Bush stands for on any of the issues, and yet every time they take a poll, oh yeah, he's great. We're all for Bush. America loves Bush.
Well, the fascinating thing about his father, which very few people know, is that he was the president of Planned Parenthood in Texas. He was the number one baby killer, if anybody researched this. And 6 months before, he accepted the nomination, he went pro-choice because he wanted to be vice. The only reason Reagan picked him as vice president, he said, hey, listen, man, you got to go pro-life. I mean, if that's not the most unctuous, most hypocritical thing.
Yeah.
So, and everybody thinks that George W. now, it's just such a, it's
pathetic. It's pathetic.
And what about Joe and this anti-Semitism? I mean, here's a guy who, he had money, he got into Harvard.
Well, why are we rehashing all of this? I mean, everybody knows that by now. It's been on 50 million times in the last week. He was a virulent anti-Semite who never met a Nazi he didn't like. And don't confuse these people. They keep flashing these pictures on there of the whole Kennedy clan with the old man in the middle and everything. And everybody's going, don't ask me, man. I can't explain it to you. Don't confuse the public with the facts. You'll feel a lot better.
That'll.
And give our regards to the Beasleys, by the way.
The Beasley Reeses?
Yeah, there you go. Have a great day. The Measleys. Well, it sure will be something. I mean, it's noon. It's just a few minutes before noon, and here we are, well into the day. And we still have we found anything out yet about this FCC thing?
No.
That's an R&R. I bet you everybody else in the business knows what it's really all about. But for some reason, our people are still walking around here, and George is handing the program director stuff that he's getting on the phone. Yeah. So they're getting it from us. We're having to do the Sherlock Holmes legwork on this to try to find out what it's all about. But it sure as hell wouldn't surprise me if that's the truth. Bunch of crackers over there in Fort Myers, a bunch of those goody two-shoes religious bastards who got nothing better to do than hock a Chinook with the FCC because they're offended by this show and look to stir up a bunch of crap. And you know something? Hey, Beasley's are the ones that stuck it on over there. It's the way it goes. Just like when we were on the air in Tampa for those 2 awful years and had to put up with that Neanderthal mentality over there. Oh, God. See, I hate to break the news to you, whether it's the Cox people or the Beasley people, this isn't a West Coast Florida show. You know what I'm saying? This isn't really what it's all about. I know we have some people listening on a 770 over there who like the show, and mainly we put it on over there because when Dick Burton comes on vacation, then he can hear it a little clearer than here in 560. By the way, have we heard from Dick?
No.
Not in a long time. We sure miss Dick. Here's Weston. Hello. Weston.
Yes, Neil?
Yes, sir.
I like to praise you because you've hit everything on the... I don't call in that much. I'm listening to you more than I call in.
Yes, sir.
You hit the nail on the head about the Kennedy thing and about this thing about sugar. I'm a cigar smoker. I don't smoke that much, but what you said is 100% correct because it's just like the newspapers. It's there for information, not to brainwash us or not to do what you said.
Right.
And you hit
Just
everything right.
Just give us the news. Just give us some information.
Exactly.
Give us the ball scores. Tell us if anybody important died this week, if we got any wars going on. And other than that, let us make our own decisions, and that's it.
Exactly. Okay, I'll see you at the public. Thanks, man.
Okay, light one up for me. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. It's 11:54 at QAM. And by the way, in case you missed it.
George Magazine was really his way of trying to make politics relevant.
Oh, I'm telling you, I can't. I think 30 more seconds of it, I'm going to crumble. I'm going to lose it. I can't handle any more of it. I can't stand it. In fact, I'm taking my remote now. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm going to, let's see, 355 is CNBC. At least I can see what the stock. Oh, I got to point it. Sorry. Oh, I saw it again. Oh, the market's down again, 39 points, and the Nasdaq's down 2.5. That's too depressing. 331. That's MTV. How's that doing?
339's Much Music got some videos going.
339's got some videos actually going. Oh, and what's that new show they're going to have, Nakedness, or what do they call it?
Well, yeah, I saw the
Monday?
preview for that.
Yeah, what's that?
What's up with that?
And there must be listening to me at MTV. I said if they show a bunch of naked teenagers on there, naked young people, they're going to have like 90 shares, and they're starting to do that. That's what people want to see. Oh, I don't want to see. What is this garbage that you're getting me into? Now, the top 10 countdown here on VH1 where they play some marginal...
Again this week.
That's crap. Okay. Hey, at least that's an improvement over having CNN on there and having to see all that stuff. Oh, I mean, how many times can they do it? They must think there's a lot of crazy people out there, you know? Yeah. They must think there's a lot of wigged-out assholes out there that just can't get enough of this stuff. You would have thought that something so goddamn important happened in the last few days here, like the world is coming to an end. You would have thought that we were already head over heels into
Why?
2K or something. Hey, I want to tell you about something great. Ben & Jerry's fish food. And I'm not talking about the one, Al Goldstein. He eats a lot of it. In fact, Al Goldstein may be the number 2 Ben & Jerry's fan in the world after me. I'm the one that turned him onto it. I'm not going to talk about this tasteless ad because they certainly want to distance themselves from that by a long shot. But nevertheless, if you haven't had fish food, man, is it great. Oh, God.
Oh! You got me all wrong. I'm just a bit suspicious. Do you like girls at all? You want anything so hard and then you run away. It didn't take too long before I found you rather play with the weak and angry head. You hide inside like a Julio Maricona. In time they'll find you're a Julio Maricona. Julio Maricona. Hey Ricky, tell me why you're still uncircumcised. Hey Ricky. Hey Ricky. I'll bet that certain women get wet when you sing. They'll get no proposition. This girl's a natural thing. One day you'll be out from the closet where you hide. Hopefully you'll force up and admit you like a guy. And you're circumcised. You hide inside like a Julio Maricona. In time they'll find you're a Julio Maricona.
Yes.
Julio Maricona.
12:02 at 560 WQAM. Happy Friday, baby. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Just like Magic said, I'm having a good time. That's just before they canceled the show, remember? The Magic show?
Uh-huh.
He was having a good time. The only problem, everybody else was having a real bad time. In fact, everybody else was also having a good time because they had turned the show off. Oh, boy. Man, we're not in mourning over here. I hate if that makes us bad people, too bad, okay? If anybody's offended by the fact that I have no sympathy in my heart today whatsoever for any of this crap, that's it. My first reaction was, gee, isn't that bad? I bet they're all dead. And then, that's a shame. And now what? Now what?
What else is on?
How come there can't be more millions of us who say, it's a tragedy, it was an accident, but you know something? It means nothing to us. It means nothing. Not a little, but nothing. Zero. I'm being as honest as I possibly can. It means nothing to me. There are wonderful people who die every day. There are young people. There are children who get murdered by their parents, who get murdered by stray bullets, and nobody makes the kind of tsimis. They miss their entire lives, are stolen from them, and nobody anywhere in the media or any place else makes the big tsimis about it like it's going on right now. Because if you have a lot of money and you have a famous name, right away everybody in the world is supposed to get down on the ground and have a nervous breakdown and weep until they can't weep anymore. Why did I weep? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing?
Okay.
Neil, I just wanted to say no to Alex Penisless and his penis tax.
No.
Good.
And I just wanted to say you're number one, Neil Dios. Hey, I got the couple of the year, though.
Yes?
Alex Penisless and Ricky Martin.
Oh, yeah. In fact, that's who Ricky may have been kissing on a plane now that you mention it.
Yeah, that'll be great in the White House, huh? Both of
Okay.
them.
Thanks, pal.
Bye.
See ya. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think that if we can get Alex to be in there to be vice president with Mr. Gore, that would be fantastic. Then we could put a tax on every highway on like the street. We could have Victim Own singing on the street where you live. Going to be a tax on every inch of roadway all over the country. Put up toll booths on the corner so you can't get out of your house. You're crazy, man, Alex. That's all I can tell you. And if you think the public is going to vote for this thing next Thursday, I hope, I pray you got a real bad surprise coming. And by the way, don't get sucked in. It wouldn't shock me at all if in the next 6 days between now and next Thursday, all kinds of horrible things happen on the roadways here. We have tie-ups at the toll booths, and we have, enormous frustration is being planned for you right now because evidently the first wave of it, and you notice after a couple of days of the people paying the 50 cents instead of 25, you notice how life seems to be going right on now. Except for the fact that those roads, the tolls are down 20% because people said, screw you, we don't want to pay 50 cents. We'll find alternative ways to get to where we're going. So they're actually going to wind up losing money in the long run because this guy's a putz. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I never really called in before.
Yes?
It's just...
Well, guess what? Once is enough. Once a king, always a king. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's North Miami. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, Al?
Okay, sir.
Hey, what the hell was John doing up in the plane when he knows nothing about the controls there?
What is it?
I said, what the hell he was doing up in the plane when he knows nothing about controls?
I'm a little nervous. I never called on radio before, but nevertheless.
567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. I tried to tell that guy when he called the first time, which is, I think this is his third time now. I mean, he's probably a real good guy, the one we just had on there, that he's just, his voice is just a little bit too, you know what I'm saying? Good guy, but just not just listen is what I'm trying to say. Please keep listening to 560 WQAM or 770 WQAM over there on the West Coast, where the rumor is they just got fined $35,000 by the FCC. That's the rumor, okay? And here it's 7 minutes after 12. Have we heard any more about this?
No.
From anybody in this corporation?
No.
No. And Greg's still running up and down the hall going, yeah, like that. I mean, one thing, that ought to be our motto, okay? WQAM, we're the last to know. It doesn't matter, whatever it is, fill in the blank, we're the last to know. Oh, Jigs McDonald's been named as announcer for the Panthers? Where'd you read that? Palm Beach Post? Oh, I guess I better call somebody and find out. I mean, and I'm not making that up either. Those are the exact words. I better call somebody and find out. Nobody's telling us any of this stuff. Just unbelievable. You know?
What an embarrassment.
Right. And he's on vacation and even he knows it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. We got about 200-300 open lines here between now and 2. Jim Mad Dog Bandit at 2, who's red hot. He's smoking. He's dangerous. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, about the Kennedy situation. Let me tell you, the only I don't throw a party because the other two girls died, but if it was only him, I would throw a party, and let me tell you why.
Yes.
His grandfather used to run liquor illegal.
Right.
The brother of his grandfather used to bring heroin to this country, and that's on the letters in the Library of Congress.
Yeah.
the father is a murderer because he was the one who started the Vietnam War, and he don't have the balls to win that war. He just sent few soldiers at a time to get killed. Then on Bay of Pigs, he was a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Then, top of that, he cheated on his wife when jacking on asses.
He
started to screw Marilyn Monroe.
I don't want to see no pictures of that.
And when he got tired of Marilyn Monroe, he gave it to his brother.
Right.
His brother.
They like to pass him around. I mean, nice families like to share.
Yeah,
What's
his
wrong?
brother that you said did nothing wrong.
I never said his brother did nothing wrong.
Well,
I know you obviously have a great love for the Kennedys. I said I admired him for a lot of things that he did, and you're not going to change my mind. My hysterical, professional Bay of Cuban pigs, whatever the hell it is. Oh, there's Greg Reed. Greg's got an announcement, by the way, about that thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, actually, he's not really concerned about the fine. All he's concerned about is that picture in Barry Jackass's column this morning. In fact, not only did we sue Waffen, we're suing Barry Jackass and the Herald for putting that picture in there this morning, as they continue trying to make us look as bad as they possibly can. It wasn't bad enough they put that other article on the front page of the newspaper about a station at 1900 on the dial that nobody can pick up. At least one thing about that station, they'll never get fined by the FCC because nobody can hear it. Oh! So what was it? Was it on the West Coast? Did we find out for sure? Is that the story? Or not? Or we still don't know? Hey, look at this! You see, you think I'm joking. He just went like that!
They can't get on the site.
We had a listener call in who read to us the information from the FCC website. But we here at WQAM, the Beasley Reed broadcast people, we can't get on the website. And you want to know why? Probably because we didn't pay our net. Wouldn't you think we could trade it out with Mindspring, for example? So we could hop on there right away, which happens to be the next spot, by the way. What a segue, man. You still haven't lost it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.
Neil God.
Bones. No more will he rise. There's no more doctor on the Enterprise. Bones won't cure anymore.
No.
Thought Scotty would go first for sure. We love Bones. He was only a country doc. All right. We love Bones. They can't save him like they did Spock. McCoy's gone underground where no man has gone before. And Bones, we're gonna miss him, especially when he said, "Damn it, Jim." Dead Bones, we're gonna miss you, Bones.
12:15 at 560. You know, there's a guy that's admired by millions. Bones, he dies. Make a big timus about him?
No.
They have days and days of coverage on TV?
No.
No. Why is that? 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Greg Reed was just in here asking about that FCC fine, and he said,
nothing to do with that.
Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I was going to make some lame little joke about your frequency deviating, but then you started talking about this penny tax vote next week, and it really started to piss me off.
No.
And, hello? No.
Yeah, yes, I'm listening.
No.
Every time you say penny tax, that word just keeps popping up.
Yeah,
it's not, like I told the guy before, it's automated. You know?
No.
I can't stop it.
No.
No.
I just hope the 5 or 6 listeners that you got right now at the lunchtime, are aware that, they'll knock off these 5 tolls, but there's nothing to stop them from putting 5 more back in or 10 more back in on.
They already said that they're going to do that.
Exactly.
They've already said that.
We got a call last night at the house, right around dinner time, from some guy from the Miami Opera Association or something, saying, "Please vote on the tax."
You do understand that's illegal, don't you? Richard Friedman, who's one of the only decent people in Dade County with a brain, he's suing everybody in sight and writing them threatening letters because that's illegal. The Miami Opera and all these other, the Space Transit Planetarium, they operate on public funds. They're a not-for-profit organization. It's against the law for them to solicit votes on a partisan issue like this. They can't do it. It's against the law.
It irks me so much. You know, so many businesses are going to lose money to Broward or to catalogs or to the internet.
Right, that's right.
Extra
Any
penny,
person in business in Dade County who votes yes on this thing is like trying to commit suicide.
It just irks me. But anyway, your frequency is deviating and you're splattering. Okay.
And
so,
God bless you.
No.
And Al
Bye-bye.
Goldstein's proud of all of it. Okay. Don't be talking about John that way. He's splattering. That's bad. 5670560 #5. You notice I'm really shocked. Of course, all those people have turned me off anyway this week. They're pissed off at me. All those great limousine liberals, you know. Hey, too bad. You know, you got to get a life sooner or later. The limousine liberals. That's absolutely correct. The one that want a lot of rights for all these people, don't want them in their neighborhood, but they want to, make sure that they get equal rights. Where are we going? Here's they have a right to live anywhere they want, just not in your neighborhood. I understand. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Hey, Neil, quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
When you go to the racetrack in Pompano,
Yes.
do you go up 95?
No.
Okay. There is something that I saw the other day that I am ready. Get your puke button ready. When you're going up north 99.
Yeah.
When I finish,
I figured I'd get a step ahead of you.
You're gonna hit that 2 or 3 more times when I get done telling you what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. When you're going north on 95, you get off Atlantic Boulevard, you'll see a building on the west side of 95, a big silver building.
Yeah.
It's set across the top for over a year and a half, Jeb Bush for governor. So the other day, I'm going to go from Atlantic Boulevard, south down 95 towards Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
I get on, I see they're taking the letters down. I said, oh, thank God for that. Guess what it says now? George W. Bush for president. And it still isn't enough.
Wow.
If you are going up 95 or anybody going up 95, when you're going towards Atlantic Boulevard, look off.
Just close your eyes for a a few seconds.
I know. It's so friggin' sad. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
And as Frank Zappa would say, the torture never stops.
You're right.
You know. All right. Have a good weekend. Thanks a lot.
Okay. See you,
Bye-bye.
pal. See you in the real world. Get some good-looking people, by the way, on the real world and the roadkill, and stop with this crap because we're all watching MTV now. We want an escape. What am I watching, by the way? Am I on much music?
Degrees. Lead singer of Sixpence, Lee Nash.
Did she say 98 degrees? Are they going to play I Do? I do like that. And so do you like that. There's something there for everybody. Right? Nick and, what's his brother's name? Jeff. Nick and Jeff. And then, of course, there's the, it's really the same one in the whole, with those humongous watermelons. Don't say that. Don't say teats on the air because they'll get all upset on the West Coast again. 5670560 #560. Seriously, Greg is so upset about that picture in the Herald this morning that he's just walking around the hallway, just going nuts. Oh, wait till he finds out. Oh, I better not say it on the air. Wait till the Herald people find out that the water Nazi's got an old picture of Greg picking his nose. And I'm sure for the right price. I mean, they're pretty tight, but for the right price, anybody will do anything. If she would release that to the Herald, they could put that on the front page. Or maybe they could put it next to the race results. WQAM general manager picks a winner, Oh! I can just see that coming soon. Anything to make everybody look like bozos. But, of course, the one good thing Greg's got going for him is when you look at his ugly puss in there with his hair flying in the wind, you look just above it, and there's that putz-faced Barry Jackass. Oh, God. Looking like a chipmunk in heat. Like he's got a mouthful of elephant droppings. Wow. What a jackass. In my life, I can't imagine anybody walking up to me out of the blue and introducing themselves and saying, a lot of what you say about me on the radio is true. Yeah, I'm verbatim. That's exactly what he said. And I handed him my copy of the Toronto Sun, which I had finished with. I was at the airport that day, and I said, here, have you ever read this paper before? No, I said, here, read it and find out what a real newspaper is all about, Barry. And he kind of waddled off, looking at it like, what's this? Oh. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yeah, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Did you get a chance to see the Madeline Murray O'Hara thing?
Oh, now what was that on? I didn't see it. I looked for it.
It was on 10 o'clock ABC.
Oh, ABC. I thought it was A&E. I looked on A&E and they had some other crap on there.
No, it's like 2020, but it's vanished. It's every week they have shows about
I've seen
people. It was very good.
Damn it.
And they pretty much feel that they have the guy they think that killed them, but he's not in jail for killing them. He's in jail for something else. But the only thing is they haven't found the bodies.
Incredible.
But and the other thing is,
I hear they're singing "Roll Out the Barrel."
Well, the other thing is there's money missing, over $1 million.
Yeah, I know that.
They put in a New Zealand bank account, and then there was other money that
Well,
they
wait a minute. Who put it in the New Zealand bank account?
According to this report, the Murrays put money into a New Zealand bank account and were planning to leave the country.
Yeah.
According to this report. And then what happened was there's a month after they left, there's a month where they believe they were with this guy, and they seem to feel that they weren't there, under duress. They were there with the guy. And then after a month later, then they feel that's when they got murdered.
Maybe that's where they'll find all the money, under her duress.
Okay,
listen, have a great day, pal.
Okay,
thanks for the good news. I mean, she was certainly big enough. She was a monster in the anti-religion business. So anyway, I got the thing from our friend Eric. Come on, Eric. Oh, that fax machine is so slow. It says the only information available is the following on this FCC business. WQAM AM, Naples, Florida. See, not to be confused with us here in Miami. Issued notice of apparent liability for forfeiture of $35,000 for broadcasting allegedly indecent material during broadcasts of the Neil Rogers Show on May 20th, 21st, 22nd, 25th, and 26th, 1998 between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Action by the Commission by letter. Eric says he called the FCC and they said the full document isn't available yet because it hasn't been indexed yet. Wouldn't you think that our attorneys might be getting some information from them instead of being on a website and being all over the rest of the world? This is unbelievable. And being an R&R. So that's that. So the FCC website is jammed right now, which is great, which means everybody in America is on there looking to see what did he say, And we still don't know. And we still don't know what the hell it was.
Crap.
Yeah, maybe it was for saying that.
Crap.
Oh, don't say it more than once. 567-0560, pound 560 on a mobile one line. Why don't we give the Beasley something to do over there on the West Coast, Give them a little something to occupy their time.
Only $50.
Here's a lady mobile in Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a few things to discuss with you today. Do you have the time?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good. First of all, I wanted to say how much I enjoy George when you're away. So if they yank you off the air, just put George right in there because I really do enjoy it.
Yeah.
When he's there. Another thing, I heard you yesterday talking about North Carolina and how nice the people are. And, they are very nice to you as long as you're out of your car. But let me tell you, if you have Florida tags on your car, they hate you like poison.
Right. Well, can you blame them for that?
No, I guess I can't. Because when I used to driving through the mountains and stuff, and I thought we were going along at a pretty good clip, and we were getting flipped off and...
No, don't misunderstand. Many, many, many years ago, I drove through North Carolina. I never stopped there. I went through very fast for obvious reasons. I'm not the one making the case for it. I was just quoting somebody else who's talking about that, because that would be one of the last places that I would ever go would be North Carolina or South Carolina.
Oh, well, it's a nice place. The Western Smoky Mountain area is a lot of fun.
Nice place to see, but you wouldn't want to linger too long.
Exactly.
Right.
Also, after a lot of resisting and procrastinating, I finally started the Atkins diet.
Right.
Why is it that you didn't stay on it, or that you don't stay on it for long term?
Because it's very boring. I mean, I don't want to pee on your parade, but it's very monotonous. And also, as far as snacking or satisfying your appetite in between meals, there's so few choices. I mean, how much beef jerky can you eat, and how many? There's just not very much there. It just gets monotonous.
Well, I can eat a lot of beef.
Huh?
I can eat a lot of beef jerky.
Okay.
No, but seriously, they have these new Advantage bars and
and please, you're telling me you're eating the Atkins Advantage bars?
They're not bad.
I can't stop it. Oh.
Hey, they're better than pork rinds, okay?
No, they're not. I've smelled some dog droppings that was better than that.
Well, I don't think it's too bad, but don't burst my bubble because I'm trying to think that
like
this is
I said, those things are delicious, man. They just keep you going for days.
And I'll lose all the weight and I'll stay on this diet forever, right?
Excellent. Yes, you will. It's not a diet yet. It's a way of life.
Okay.
Which my new doctor, by the way, doesn't like it, and I really don't care whether he likes it or not because I'm still going to do it. Because it brings my cholesterol and my triglycerides way down and my blood sugar as well, which he doesn't seem to understand. But when I speak to him again, I'm going to have to explain that to him.
But then why are there so many doctors and health professionals against this diet?
Well, but it's changing. Most of the new diets are very much like it, high protein and low carb or no carb, almost no carb.
Well, if you read the book, it makes a lot of sense, and that's
I agree.
Finally changed my mind.
Well,
so I'm going to give it a shot.
Good luck, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Push. Back to Mo!
Score is the boringest person that you'll ever view. We can't take him anymore. No one's more boring than Vice President Al Gore. No signs of facial expression. Is he alive? If you're stuck with him, then 1 hour seems like 5. 'Cause Gore is the boringest person that you'll ever view. Gore is the boringest person, goes for a tip or two.
Yes.
Only one's more wooden than him, Pinocchio. But he'll come to life for Asian guys with lots of dough. Yeah. Gore is the boringest, he's out. Gore is the boringest, he's out. Gore is the boringest person that you'll ever view.
The best part about this is it's for real. It's the Beast. Hey, listen, that morning show has the same effect on most of us.
Oh!
12:33 at 560 WQAM. So Eric from our website up there in Orlando, from neilrogers.com. Isn't that the Eric? I'm sure that is. Who's a wonderful human being. Thank God for him. We wouldn't have any idea what's going on in the world. He says it's that West Coast station over there, the Beasley people. They're the ones put all that crap on here not this past May, but May of 98 during this show. In fact, you know something? Maybe it wasn't even something that we played. Maybe it was something they sneaked in there. They dropped in there.
Because we have no idea what they're talking about.
Exactly. What the hell are they talking about now that you come right down to it? Wouldn't surprise me. We know there are a bunch of perverts over there. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
a couple things. Can't find that pecan pie Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I heard you advertise it the other day. I can't find it any place.
Can't find Ben & Jerry's ice cream?
No, the pecan pie.
Oh, I haven't ever had that yet, no.
I haven't either. That's why I'm looking for it.
Yeah, well, just
Hey,
keep
that's
looking.
not
That's the idea. I think they make up some of the names, too, just to keep you in there looking, and then when you can't find it, you say, oh, well, okay, I'll have 2-3 pints of fish food and triple caramel chunk and just to tide me over.
Well, I tried something new and you can save your money. It's called coconut cream pie. Forget it.
Yeah. Well, I've had that when it first came out. Not one of my favorites.
Oh, listen, I want to comment on a comment you made the other day, and that is on the rewarding of mediocrity.
Yes.
I am so sick of seeing these bumper stickers with all these my kid's an honor roll student, all that kind of crap. The worst one I saw was everyone's a winner at this elementary school, and that's part of the problem. Not everybody can be a winner. There's winners and there's losers.
Not everybody can be a genius.
And I'm telling you,
Just take a look at our management.
These kids are growing up saying, "Oh, what's the matter? I can't be a loser. I got a bumper sticker that says I'm a."
What he said was it's getting ponderous, something like that. That's what he said. Well, he got a little carried away, but he's right. You're absolutely right, sir. But don't say it again because the FCC, the word police, will get really upset about that, especially if they hear about it over on the West Coast. See, the confusion here is that they're using, which I don't understand how that works, but they're using the call letters over in Naples, which used to be WWCN, and then they could just drop that and just say 770 All Sports Radio. But instead, they're saying WQAM 770 over there. They've been saying that for quite a while now. And quite frankly, we aren't that crazy about being, even though it's also owned by the same company, we don't want to be associated quite that closely with anything going on in Fort Myers. Don't take it personally over there, but we really don't want to be associated quite that closely with anything that's going on over there on the West Coast. You know what I'm talking about? I think you do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, him too. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Oh, do we miss those 2 years in Tampa on WSUN?
No.
Do we miss them like a broken leg?
No.
Oh, man. Wow. The guy from Lutz, And then what was the chronic that died? There was Rose and what was the other guy's name? We have that thing in here on
Bill from Newport Richie.
Bill, oh boy, what a memory you got. Wow. Of course, if we played Bill and Rose, that would be bad right now. You're not supposed to say Rose anybody, even Al's wife, because it's Rose Kennedy. Anybody that you give a first name, because there's so many in the family anyway, like William Kennedy Smith, he's there right now. He's the new Kennedy pollster. He's out there polling the public as many as he can get away with. That's what Roy Black said. Well, what's that under? It's got to be in here somewhere. Bill and Rose? Boy, I wish I could find that. Bill from Newport Richie. I'll find it. You mark my words. We'll come across it. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hi. It was an article in last Saturday's paper, I believe it was Saturday or Sunday, listing the 10 top contributors to the Canals campaign for the tolls, no tolls. And the top two, beyond my belief, was FIU and Miami-Dade Community College, both contributing $150,000.
Based on what? For what purpose?
For the campaign, for the advertising.
I understand, but why?
It's me. I don't know. We're the two schools that are always raising tuition and always poor mouthing.
Yeah.
I'm off giving $150,000 each for the campaign.
Yeah. A lot of me.
I don't know.
I think somebody should stick their nose into that one, man.
I think so too. It was a very small little rectangle that they. Most of the other companies were either law firms or general contractors or people look to make a buck on the deal.
Okay, thanks for the warning, man.
Okay, Neil.
See ya.
But I'll tell you what, good brother, I would rather listen to you fart and hear a pretty girl sing. Don't ever do it.
How do you like that? Bill from Newport Richie, rest in peace. Boy, you think we got chronics over here, which we have a few, but boy, their whole thing over there was based on chronics, which is why WSUN is now playing Ukrainian melodies or something. They've gone through more format changes on that thing. They were simulcasting the sports station. They were playing the music of your life if you're older than 100. I mean, God only knows what they're doing now. Oh, you know what they are doing now? Because somebody faxed me about this. They are simulcasting a TV station. Yeah, there's the station over there that's got like part local and part CNN. And they're simulcasting the TV station 24 hours a day on what used to be WSUN over there in Tampa. Wow. So it doesn't make any difference whether it's the Cox people or the Beasley Reed people. It's still all the same bunch of crap. That's what happens when the FCC, they're so worried that somebody's going to say crap on the air. But in the meantime, they're turning it into a monopoly roulette for people like Paxson and Queer Channel and all these other grave robbers who couldn't give a crap less about the public. 21 before 1 at 560 WQ. And by the way, before I do the spot, how is it, like I said to Greg, how is it if it was a year ago May, and they've made this determination now, how is it that there haven't been letters back and forth between the commission and the Beasley station over there? Because that's the way it works. They notify you, and then you have a chance to respond, and they investigate, et cetera, and so on. And they're over there going like that.
Maybe they don't open their mail over there.
Oh, that's right. It might be a bill. Excellent point. Oh, and you think we're joking about that, don't you? Talk to our good friend Harry or whatever his name is up there in Belmore, New Jersey. Hey, you want a great cigar? Just say to the Sun Sentinel. That's our new motto, okay? Just say to the Herald, just say to the Sun Sentinel. Cigars need warning labels. You know something? You know cigars are not something that you smoke 50 of every day. It's a nice treat once in a while. You don't overdo it, no problem. And, of course, we don't inhale.
It's Friday, you bastard.
And now, a public service announcement.
As the representative of the IACC, the International Association of Colon Cowboys, we ask the citizens across America to donate whatever you can to start an alternative club to the Boy Scouts of America. But Pirates of the Caribbean will give young men an opportunity to experience the fun and camaraderie of exciting outdoor activities such as sailing, camping, and my favorite, weenie roasting. Give them a chance. Give what you can. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, here's Jeff Cohen from Pizza Loft with our lunch today. Now let's see Jeff's reaction to this tasteless ad from Al Goldstein in Screw Magazine today, okay? I don't think he understands it yet.
That's the only place that it basically belongs.
What does that mean?
That means I think it's in poor taste.
Oh, he said it was in poor taste. This is the world's biggest pervert that we ever met in our lives, and he said it's in poor taste. Do we believe him?
No.
Oh, Stephanie doesn't know that yet? Okay, I won't say it on the air. And by the way, he wants to know why you're not cooperating. Okay. See, he puts on a good ad. It's in very poor taste. Why, are you in mourning? Because you're missing part of the pregame show right now on CNN and all the other network affiliates. They're in the pregame. And I hear they're going to bring in some very important dead people to do the narration of the actual ceremony. I mean, I hate to break the news to you, but these people already, the ashes are already floating in the Atlantic out there, but don't let that confuse anybody. I'm sorry. 567, you're such an asshole. 567-0560 and pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's a mobile in Stewart. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
What's happening, pal?
How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. Listen, Neil, not a personal thing, but what's your relationship with Cherry Hill and King of Pizza and Garden State and all that? I hear you speak
What do you mean, what's my relationship with
not a sexual thing, but...
I've been there a couple of times. What's the big deal with that?
No, I hear you speak of it. I'm from that area.
I haven't been there in years, pal. I would never go back. I mean, what's the point? I was there a couple of times. It was all right.
Oh, it blows. I know that, but I was just wondering if
and they had that one restaurant. What?
I was just wondering if you ever worked there, if you lived there.
No, I did not. I've just, when you go on vacation in Philadelphia, Cherry Hill's a good place to stay.
Well, yeah, it's pretty beat to death by now, though.
By now, yeah.
Played out.
They had all the Schwarzes move in there. Okay, well, listen, have a great day, sir. Oh, God. Must be my pizza loft allergy. I haven't even started eating yet. I haven't put anything in my... I think it was my allergy and his reaction to that thing. He's the first person that hasn't peed in his pants when he saw that Screw Magazine thing. And that's because he's not worried about that. He's too uptight about Stephanie, and how come he's not getting all he wants with his ravenous appetite. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's Weston. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Your station was fined $35,000 or something?
What is it?
Your station was fined?
No, not our station. The station over in Naples.
Oh, okay.
Our sister station.
Oh, because when you said that, I thought for sure it was that Sofa King thing.
No.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
But on CNN and all these stations.
No, this is for stuff we played last year, May of '98, which we still don't know what it is.
Did they ever fine you for bits at all, or are they pre-approved or something?
It's been 10 years since we've been fined for anything.
Oh, really? So I was watching all these stations. It's incredible. Who was this guy that died? I mean, like, if he was kind of an uglier guy and his name was Steve Kennedy or something, you'd never see any of this stuff. It's incredible. I mean, and I have all these reporters that are trying to act real somber and all this stuff, trying to say the right thing, and they're happy.
So, the right thing to say at this point would be goodbye and have a great day, and now let's get on to some important news and move on with our lives. That would be the right thing to say.
They're enjoying every minute of it. Okay, that's it then.
Have a great day, sir. Okay, 2 calls left on the board. Gee, we were rolling along here pretty good today, but I have a feeling we've hit a brick wall. Well, that's because it's getting really close to a pregame show now, so all these people have turned us off. And see, it's not because it's July and everybody's out of town. I thought that's what it was. The reason it's been kind of a bumpy week is because they're all busy watching this crap. That's the embarrassing part. 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Maybe if we would just pot it up, maybe that would bring the audience back. Take a poll on that if we could just pot up CNN.
About MC, we didn't, as Bernie said a moment ago, we haven't seen Caroline Kennedy Schlossberg, John Kennedy's sister, come out. It may well be that she left through the side entrance.
Well, let's go to the side entrance and see, okay? Let's rush right over there. Let's get the minicam and go to the side entrance and get a peek and see if she's on her bicycle again today or what's going on with Caroline. Every little hair, every nook, every cranny, anything that says Kennedy on it, okay? Just unbelievable. Here's a mobile in Kendall. Hello. Mobile in Kendall.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
First time, long time.
Yes?
I got a little something. Not too much.
Sir, I can barely hear you. It sounds like you're in a prone position on the floor passed out. Speaking of that.
Hello?
Yeah, but not too good.
Okay, what does a penguin and John F. Kennedy Jr. have in common?
Okay, 567-0560, pound 560 on the mobile one line. Here's a mobile in Fort Myers. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Hey, so I'm coming through the Miami area, and I was listening to you putting us down over there in Fort Myers, knocking on us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we don't appreciate that stuff over there,
You don't appreciate it?
No, I mean, the Beasleys all live over there. Miami was such a wonderful place.
I got news for you. We wouldn't let the Beasleys in over here. That's the reason they're over there. We wouldn't let those people in here.
Oh, okay. Maybe, they didn't like all you butt stabbers over there.
Yeah.
So, they moved over to Fort Myers.
Yeah, that's why you're listening. That's why you're listening to the show in Fort Myers, number one, and number two. That's why they put us on the air because they don't like all those butt stabbers.
Hey, he doesn't have any choice over there. I mean, he's only got 2 programs on the AM.
Yeah, well, tell him to get a real radio station, okay, pal? And why don't you find a real life? Okay, we have one call left on the board, and then it's adios for the week. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Jeff Cohen is in here making as much noise as he possibly can, rattling stuff around. I won't say you're the one that's doing it. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what do you think of Jack Ramsey as a commentator for the Miami Heat?
So I couldn't care about the Miami Heat. Jack Ramsey. I couldn't care about Joe Ramsey. I couldn't care about it. Call one of the sports nerd shows, okay? Call up the Mad Dog this afternoon. He'll probably hang up on you, too. That was the last call we had was about frickin' Jack Ramsey. When are you sports nerds going to get a life? There's something important going on in the world right now.
The Bissett Freeman family is planning a separate service.
See, there you go. 567-0560. I get the feeling, I mean, I got an hour and 8 minutes to go here, but I get the feeling that I'm kind of like losing control of having any kind of a show here today. I could be wrong. It seemed it started about, and what did you just throw out? Did you just throw out that magazine? No. Where is it? Oh, this man is out of control. Stephanie, you better start cooperating with Jeff Cohen pretty soon, okay? He is out of control. Needs some serious action very, very soon. Here's Dania. Hello.
Neil?
Yes.
Oh, Vandermeer!
Okay. Here's a mobile in Old Cutler Ridge. Hello.
Al's abortion clinic. You rape them, we scrape them.
Okay. Here's Cooper City. Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm getting irritated, sir, is what I'm doing. Getting irritated.
You know what I don't understand is
Only getting irritated because I'm just a sideline here for the moment, okay?
I have to agree with you on this whole situation, especially with the amount of money that the government spent. And then, almost like a slap in the face, then they go bury him at sea. Why don't they just, go throw flowers out there and just say, that's...
Why don't we just go on with our lives, sir? I realize it's a difficult concept for most people to grasp, and the media can't grasp it all because they don't want to, because they're going to squeeze and exploit for every dime they can get. Why can't we go on with life?
Are there any other news covered? Anything else happening anywhere?
No,
Illinois, anywhere?
not at all.
Nothing. I mean, nothing. No earthquakes. No
tornadoes. There is nothing else going on. Nobody's dying. Nobody else is getting shot. There are no crimes being committed. There are no injustices. Congress isn't dealing with any important issues. Forget about it. This is the only thing that's going on in the world.
Whenever somebody dies...
They sent the astronauts up there this morning. Nobody gives a crap about that, okay? They had a little problem there 5 seconds up into the flight. They start getting nervous. That's not important news. And you notice most of the time when they have a shuttle launch, that goes on all day long. We see instant replay.
Really?
They got about 4 seconds of that, and now we got to go back to the pre-funeral show.
Don't you remember the days where they used to have the shuttle countdown?
Right.
I mean,
we don't have enough seconds for maybe only a 3-second countdown. That's all we got.
They used to televise the landings, when it was taken off, who was on it, how many kids they have. People die and are born every day. I mean, it's sad the way they died, but this guy, he took a risk, and it's just like if I just got my pilot's license and I'm just going on these wild trips and I have no idea what I'm doing, why don't you just wait for the weather to clear up? It's not the point of blame, but hey, the blame is where it is. And whether they were late or whatever, but it's over now. I mean,
it's all over. It happened a week ago tonight. Tonight.
And I'm from New York, but how can all these people in New York go by a stranger's house and just leave stuff? I'm sure there's got to be a decent charity somewhere.
And by the way, here's Ted Kennedy's on there again, and his hair is still white. So have a great weekend, sir. There's the bulletin for you. Teddy's hair is still white. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Mobile One line. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
I just can't. To me, the Kennedy family has taken a beating over this. Not that I'm not tired of hearing it, but I'm just tired of hearing how Jack and Joe Sr., how unethical they were to getting Jack elected, and what the family, to me, sounds like a horrible family, the way they've made it sound.
Well, what do you mean you're tired of hearing? In other words, you're too much of an emotional cripple to deal with the truth? Is that what you're saying, sir?
No, it's just enough of it or enough of it. Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares? I mean, if we're going to make this big of a to-do about the fact that this guy died because he was famous because he was a Kennedy, isn't it fair to put it in its proper perspective, or do we want to wash all of that away? I would agree with you that who cares about all of this anymore? Let's get on with life. It's stuff that happened 40 and 50 years ago.
But the stuff they're digging up on the Kennedys, it's not good. Everything sounds negative.
But what are they digging up? In other words, you only want to hear the good stuff. Is that it, sir?
No, No.
You only want somebody to play a Stradivarius for you and hearts and flowers and strings. You don't want to hear that the old man made all his money in bootlegging and was a Nazi sympathizer. You don't want to hear that?
I'm glad it's coming out. That's what I'm saying.
It already has come out to anybody that read a book, which obviously you haven't, sir. Anybody with a brain who ever read a book, for Christ's sakes, knows all about this. But, of course, the American public know nothing about American history. All they know is where to find Elvis in Graceland. And, by the way, he's still alive and brought in the food today instead of Jeff Cohen. That's what the American public knows about is nonsense, narishkeit, foolishness, crap. They specialize in it. In fact, there are universities all over this country. They're going to be having courses. I specialize in bullcrap 101. That's right. That's going to be my major is bullcrap, professional nonsense. Meaningless garbage. Maybe if you ever read a book, sir, you'd have already known this a long time ago, and it wouldn't come as some great shock to you that your emotions can't handle, evidently. On the one hand, he's tired of it, it's unfair, but it's good that it's coming out. Just give it a rest, okay? Like we are. Give it a rest.
President Clinton, Chelsea Clinton.
Oh. I'm exhausted. I'm ready to pass out, and I haven't watched like 3 minutes of it. And I'm ready to just fall on the floor and expire from it. It just worn me out.
Oh boy, it's the 1 to 2 hour.
Yes, I'm a malcontent Julio who floated into town. And when I read El Herald, I just can't put it down. Since all the gringos moved away, they ought to try to get the El Miami Herald to change its name instead to Miami Pandora. Miami Pandora. It makes my tongue roll and roll and roll and roll. And it's perfect for a town where there's no life to be found outside of what we do the best, like robbing ATMs and shooting tourists in the head. El Herald caters to the arrogant and hostile Julios. It's Camudista, this and that, that's all you need to know. I read it when I get a case of black bean squirt, and then I wipe my ass on my Guayabera shirt. The Miami Pandora, Miami Pandora. It makes my tongue the Miami Pandora, Miami Pandora. It makes my tongue We're a world-class city, aren't we? Yes, according to Channel 4, anyway.
102 at 560 WQAM. So anyway, the guy that wanted to know why FIU is so gung-ho for the penny sales tax, here's the answer. Here's a fax we just received. Attention, Miami-Dade County FIU employees. We need your support in the July 29th election, it says. A yes vote will bring $90 million in scholarship funding to FIU over the next 20 years, providing opportunities for thousands of worthy Miami-Dade students to attend our proud institution. The revenue generated by the additional penny sales tax frees up hundreds of millions of dollars currently earmarked for transportation needs. The freed-up funds will provide 2,000 scholarships annually, 1,000 for Miami-Dade County high school graduates, 1,000 for Miami-Dade community college graduates transferring to FIU, and if the voters approve the penny for transportation, Miami-Dade County will get billions of dollars from Washington to dramatically expand the MetroRail system. Sounds just like 20 years ago, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Let's impose more tax on ourselves so we can get those billions of dollars from Washington for another boondoggle that nobody's going to ride. There you go. Sure worked like a charm first time, didn't it? Yeah. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Naples. Hello.
Hey, Neil, love your show, buddy. You're on a roll. Hey, listen, I don't know who that Marty Khan over here defending the Beasleys was, but he wasn't one of us, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Probably one of them.
Probably, no doubt. Hey, listen, I have a solution to the whole expense thing with JFK. All the major news affiliates pick up the bill because obviously without JFK Jr. this week, they would have had to broadcast dead air for the last 7 days.
Evidently.
So, I mean, I think these guys should pick up the tab because people have been tuning in, charging their advertisers overtime for this.
Yeah.
Enough is enough, and let the family rest in peace, and let the rest of us rest
okay, so God bless you.
Take
Have
care,
a great
Neil.
life. Okay. Say hi to our friends at the Beasleys. 56, and buy them a cheap suit while you're at it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Perrine. Hello. Mobile in Perrine. Going once. Well, we got a lot of these deadheads, man. A lot of these bozos out there. 12 minutes and 2 seconds in Perrine, and he's gone. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
That's all this city needs is billions of more dollars to misuse and mismanage and embezzle and steal from us. You know, that's...
See, I would still like to ask how many people are writing the existing MetroRail, which the Herald and all the other publications have already told us was a billion-dollar boondoggle that nobody uses, and the honest answer would be almost nobody.
Well, I sure as hell won't ride it. You see what happened the other night? The guard just got murdered outside the station. Security sucks on that thing. I'm afraid to get on it.
Right.
And not to mention, it doesn't go where I need to go.
You mean to say you don't want to go downtown, sir? They want everybody going downtown, like the One Herald Plaza. That's where they want you all to go.
Yeah, that seems to be the
That's
only
where
place
we got that great new arena that opens January 2. Is like 4 blocks away from the other one that the guy called me a couple of days ago and tried to tell me that, oh, the 4 blocks makes a big difference.
Yeah, right. Hey, Neil, forgive me if you've already talked about this today, but did you catch the Hasidic Jews selling drugs on Miami Beach?
No.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
They busted some Hasidic Jews in traditional dress selling ecstasy on Miami Beach.
Old Jews selling ecstasy.
Oh!
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Great.
Well, hey,
They were probably hiding it under their tzitzis.
I think that's where they were.
Okay, thanks
They
for
were
the
hiding
news.
in their curls. Hey,
Great.
Charlie, you're a douchebag.
In Zeigesund. Okay, there you go. Orthodox Jews selling ecstasy.
Boy!
How much? I can get it wholesale. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in South Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I'm a little confused.
What are you confused about, sir?
Are you angry at the media?
I'm not angry at anybody, sir.
No, but let me. When you say, the Kennedys and so forth, I understand there has been a lot of coverage. But are you angry at the media? It sounds like you're almost personally angry at John F. Kennedy Jr. He didn't do anything. It's
No,
the
I'm
media
not.
doing all
I'm not. He's dead, so he has no control over it. It's the media that's sick and needs help badly, sir.
It just sounds. Totally confused over here. You sound like.
Why are you totally confused? I think I made it as clear as I possibly can.
When you speak, it sounds like you have an anger toward Kennedy Jr. when it should be directed toward the media.
Yeah, okay. I think you've said that 4 times now, okay? I'm only angry toward you because you keep repeating yourself. And I always love those people who tell me what I should say and how I should say it. That's my favorite. The Shouldmeisters. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Okahumpka. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Only Florida could have a place called Okahumpka. Yes, sir.
This country, the same people who would take their kids and put them in a covered wagon and bury them along the way if
Yes.
they died off from disease and Indian attacks.
Right.
And now they're getting emotional about a guy they never met,
Right.
who never did a damn thing
Right.
to affect their life.
Uh-huh.
And it just makes me wonder,
And let me ask you something. If all these people love John F. Kennedy Jr. so much, how come his magazine was losing all that money and had a circulation of 400,000, which for a national magazine is an embarrassment?
Oh, he had a magazine? I didn't know what it... that's the whole thing. Well, it requires reading, too. That's
true. That's a good point.
And in the back of my mind, I just can't help
Like
thinking.
that guy that called before and said, oh, it's a good thing these things are coming out now, I guess. I mean, what kind of a vacuum? I mean, do these people read anything besides the funny pages? No.
No, well, my mom is on Social Security, so is my dad, and they know every celebrity who they're married to. And I'll tell you the truth, I bear no malice towards anybody, but when a celebrity dies, just think about it. There's room at the top, okay? The more dead celebrities, the better, because celebrities are essentially worthless anyway.
Okay, thank you. Okay, he was going along so well until he got... Oh, there you go. Chris likes it. Chris liked the Screw magazine. We're batting like almost 1,000 except for Jeff Cohen, who put on a phony ad for a phony act. Speaking of phony ad, let's tell you about the pizza loft. Well, what a segue, huh? Jeff Cohen was just here. We're eating his stuff right now. How do you like that? Nothing like doing a commercial while you're eating the food from the joint. Hey, Jeff Cohen knows his joints. Believe me when I tell you. In fact, I think he's over to check one out right now.
Friday, you bastard. The story that rocked Palm Beach in the world.
Uncle Ted, dude. Throw on some boxer shorts, let's cruise our bar, and rage with some babes. Excellent.
Power, money, women, and poontang.
Uncle Ted, dude. Let's use our infamous last names to impress these babes and do the wild thing at the compound. No way, Bill. Just wait, Ted. Excellent.
They're rich, they're powerful. They like to swim naked. William Kennedy Smith and Ted Kennedy in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Part 2, The Next Genitalia.
Excellent.
Coming Happy to be you. Rated X for excellent.
Thank you, Paul. That's back in the days when he was doing funny stuff. 114 at 560 WQAM, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello. Oh, that's that line 6 button again, man. That thing's a piece of dreck. Miami, hello.
You got me?
I got you now.
There you go. In the mail, I just got my thing from STS. That's the Special Transportation Service of Dade County. Printed on their official documentation, and it says in part, approval of the 1-cent sales tax by the voters on July 29th means, and all this, they're going to save me 50 cents a trip. But they don't mention how much it's going to cost me in sales tax.
You haven't read the latest bulletin they just put out today. They said if you vote yes on the penny sales tax, it'll bring JFK Jr. back to life.
Well, I think Channel 7 is hoping that. No, but this is ridiculous. Here I'm paying, first of all, for this information to be sent to me, and secondly, I'm going to vote no, no, no. But they don't go into the economics of the thing. They just say, hey, it's great. Oh, this is enough to make you throw up.
No.
One little thing, Neil, on this,
yes, sir.
On this letter. It says, please remember that you can continue to use MetroBus, MetroRail, and MetroMover free of charge simply by showing your card, which, that's a thing I didn't know until I applied for this thing, which I've just recently needed. But, my God, the seniors or the crippled people are getting a hell of a break to start with, and now they're sending out this propaganda. I can't believe it.
No. Just say
no. I will.
Okay.
Adios.
Several times, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Los Angeles. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
It's Chris in Los Angeles. Listen to you on broadcast.com.
All right.
And I'm from South Florida, so it's always nice to wake up in the morning when I get up here and listen to you guys for a few hours. But I was just checking my trade manual today. I'm in the radio business, and I see you got slapped with a $35,000 fine. What's going on?
I didn't get slapped with anything. See, as you know, they don't slap individuals. They slap companies with it. And it's not, the information in R&R is wrong, by the way. It's the station over in Fort Myers.
Oh, it is?
It's our sister station. It was for stuff on this show, but they've decided to carry it and put it on their, just slap it on the air, all our stuff over there, because they're too cheap to build a real radio station. And so evidently they got some bourne-again agent provocateur that's been bugging the FCC, so there you go.
Well, this isn't really Chris, this is Bill Kennard, so.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to call.
Oh, am I supposed to know what that means?
I don't know. I wanted to call.
But we do love your cruise line, though.
Your cruise line?
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, Chris, Bill, whatever your name is this week. Oh, man. Woo! So you see, it's not as bad here as we thought it was, folks. There's an asshole in Los Angeles, too. Let's hear it.
Oh!
Somebody who thinks he's really clever. It's another computer nerd. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT. And the best part of the whole deal is this is stuff that was aired on this show a year ago, May, that they carried over there in Naples, May 20th and 21st, whatever those dates were. And we still don't know what pieces they were, which we could still be playing. I mean, don't bother telling us, and I'll say it again, there's no way that there could not have been communication between the FCC and the Beasley station over there in Naples between whenever they decided this, they got the complaint, because as soon as they get the complaint, they're supposed to notify you. In addition to which, they have to tell you where the complaint came from, who it was.
Maybe it's something we don't have that they use for filler over there. You don't think they have as much
Well, we could sit here and we could conjecture from now until the end of time.
Why don't we?
Okay. Or maybe not, as the case may be. Or maybe the dog did it. Maybe Bruce Beasley did it. And then again. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miramar. Hello. Thank you. 5670560. See, that stuff always gets on the air, doesn't it?
No.
Always really is well worth your while. But thanks for the compliment. You're not my type. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's the lady in, what does that say? A lady Hollywood in Miami. That's interesting. Hello.
Hello.
Are you a Hollywood in Miami?
Miami.
Screwed up. Yes, ma'am. Speak to me.
Hi, how are you, Neil?
Okay.
Actually, I don't even get to listen to you that often, so today I had a day off, and this is really the first chance I got. First-time caller.
Great.
I'm an FIU student, and I heard you talking about that penny sales tax.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I understand what you're saying about the whole transportation thing and how it would probably be pointless because they did this years ago, and it was basically an effort blown away.
It was $1 billion flushed down the toilet. That is absolutely correct.
Definitely. But you know what? The schools, Neil, aren't getting funded by, especially Florida schools and FIU themselves. We don't get a lot of funding from a lot of places, and even though, I mean, we get money thrown at us, but especially for scholarships and stuff, I mean, you got to get what we have to get, and if it's going to come from that, then I think it might be a good idea.
No.
Because I mean, we need the money though.
No, well, a lot of people
just
need money.
for scholarship, I know, but the school itself, I mean, that's the only way we're going to better our schools. And once we better the education, the city becomes better, and it's an all-around thing.
Yeah.
You know, it goes in circles. And
No,
like,
the community will not become better because they give out more scholarships at FIU or Miami-Dade or whatever. But it's not
no,
going
of
to
course
change.
not.
No.
I don't think that.
The idea that the public has to keep paying more and more tax and that'll drive people out of Dade County to do business in Broward or elsewhere or by mail order, like the guy said, that's just bad for business. There are lots of other ways to raise revenue, and if the mayor really is interested in finding those ways without continuing to tax the people,
I don't think the mayor does a lot at all. Actually, as a student, I don't know what the mayor does.
Well, the mayor is the mayor is the one who's behind this. This is his penny sales tax. This is his boondoggle.
I know, exactly. But I don't think this is the greatest way to get money. But I haven't seen the mayor do a hell of a lot more in order to get us money in a lot of other ways. I know that FIU has a lot less money than a lot of the other Florida schools, even though, I mean, maybe because of our location, I don't know. But I know that, we don't have that much money. Plus, we're 25 years old. A lot of these other schools are a lot older. UF, FSU, they're older schools. So we don't have a lot of money to begin with.
Yeah.
And our students do come from Miami-Dade and so on, but I think we need more internal scholarships.
Well, maybe if some of them went to a real school, maybe that might change something,
You know what? And that's exactly how I feel now. And it kind of pisses me off that kids from Miami-Dade and BCC and all these places are just coming into FIU like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And
well, it's pretty easy to get those windsurfing and basket weaving certificates from Miami-Dade. That's not too tough. And BCC specializes in that.
As a student who's coming from, I mean, I went to FIU for, I decided not to go to UF and use schools away just for reasons, just because of where I am.
There's a lot of hot guys up there, sweetheart. That's where the
I know, but I wasn't going to follow the action. I'm actually, I mean, the media is all here, and I'm the broadcast journalism major, I thought I should
you're
say
wrong,
that.
sweetheart. I hate to break the news to you. There is no media here. The media is non-existent here. What passes for media here is a joke.
But if I have a choice between Florida schools, I went to UF and I thought that I couldn't stand it there. It was
No, that's where it's at. They got the good drugs up there. They got the hot guys. They got the lesbians. Whatever you're looking for, they got them up there.
I'm gonna have to miss out on that one.
Yeah.
So I have my share.
And they got
of
that illiterate Steve Spurrier up there too, man. He's a hell of a drooling idiot. Well, listen, good luck to you, sweetheart.
Thanks a lot,
Remember,
Neil.
just say
no.
Okay. 5670560. I'll tell you one thing. Chris likes the pizza loft. Make no mistake about that. He's in here for seconds and thirds and be our guest. Have as much as you like because we like to share. Yes, I am, in spite of what you say. 56705, in spite of what Joe Costello said you said, which I don't believe it for a minute. He's just a hard-ass little dago. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I just recently got into cigar smoking. And,
Great.
I went to Cayman Islands, so I was able to get some Cubans. Cigars, that is, okay? And I bought a humidor, and I have a question. When the temperature is too high, do you put more water in it or less water?
You're asking me? There's no directions on your humidor?
No.
Well, what did you do? Steal it? Was it like a bootleg thing?
No, actually, it was a den sale, so I got a good price on it.
Yeah. 70-70.
70-70?
70 degrees, 70% humidity.
Okay.
70 degrees, 70. Okay, because I think the temperature.
See, I don't use a humidor because I don't have enough cigars to put in there to stock them. I mean, I get so few. Our suppliers of cigars are so niggardly with the supply that I smoke them as fast as I get them. And I don't smoke that many anymore, but nevertheless.
Yeah. I got some Cohibas. I got some Monte Cristos I picked up.
Well, you do a lot better with Nicks because you don't have to pay all that money for them, and they're just as good, if not better.
Okay, great. I appreciate that.
Okay, pal.
Thanks. Bye.
And what is it that Cigar Dave always says? Long asses? Something like that.
Smoke this.
Yeah, smoke this. 5670560, pound 560 on the 8. What's Cigar Dave going to do if they pass that thing? If they have to see, I'm kind of getting ambivalent about that now because I would hate to see Cigar Dave have to go out of business with that phony cigar show of his because all of his sponsors are cigar sponsors, and if they couldn't advertise on radio anymore, he'd be out of business. Oh! That's Dave Zeplowitz guy. Because I talked to a lot of people about him, and everybody, including the folks down in Nix, I said, what do you think of that Cigar Dave? They all said the same thing.
He's an asshole.
Here's a mobile in Tampa. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good deal. I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm a listener from Tampa.
Yes?
And down in Miami. And I'm listening to you on another website, bigpros.com.
Uh-huh.
And
we're all over the damn place. I'll tell you, if we just had a toll-free number, if this wasn't such a cheap-ass place, well, if we had a toll-free number, we'd be getting calls from all over the world on that damn thing.
I agree. I met you up in Tampa when you were up there with Lassiter and all those guys.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That's him.
Oh, yeah. You're still the same, though. You're still great.
Yeah.
I used to do the Andrew Dice Clay bits on Lassiter's show.
Yeah.
I called over a couple times and did some for you.
Oh!
The only thing bigger than Neil is his deal. Oh!
Okay, pal.
All right, Neil.
Give Bob a big kiss for us.
Thanks.
On the lip. 5670560. What about that Ricky Martin kissing his boyfriend on a plane on the way over there to Germany on that big 747, huh? What about that? Disgraceful. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Talking about the Metro sale that you've been talking about, I got a letter in the mail the other day saying they want to put this new part of it from Kendall, west on Kendall Drive in the median in the middle.
I know where they can put it. Yeah.
That'll be real nice when I walk out of my house to see, 3 people riding on MetroRail
Right.
and our tax dollars going out.
I remember those old days at the old Miami Arena where we had to go for the hockey games all the time, and you'd sit there and you'd see those MetroRail trains coming back and forth and empty, and 1 or 2 people sitting on them. I mean, it's been that way for years, ever since they built that thing, and it's the biggest waste of money. There are people starving to death. That poor girl at FIU needs the money, and they spend $1 billion for a train that nobody rides, and now they want to do some more.
Do you think it's the people will vote no for? You think they're that smart to vote no?
I think it's going to get defeated so badly that they're not going to know what hit him, is what I think.
And one more thing, how much money was John Brown worth?
Do you understand? Now you're getting to the financial end. We don't want to talk about those things.
I mean, had to have been worth at least $100 million.
I have no idea.
Yeah, nobody ever says that. It never comes out.
No, because then you turn it into it's all the family's money, and then, of course, it takes away all the fun. Have a great day, sir. They're in the middle of the pregame show right now, so they should be getting pretty warm with that ceremony going on. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Will it ever end? That's the question.
No.
Inquiring minds want to know, will this JFK Jr. insanity, this madness, will the media ever stop?
No.
Will it ever come to a conclusion?
No.
Will we ever get closure?
No.
Oh, close this.
The Tom Green Show. It's up the Green Tom Show. This is my favorite show because it is my show. The Tom Green Show.
You want to know why I like the Tom Green Show?
It puts the lotion in the basket. My anus. Yes. My anus. Oh! My anus. 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 My anus.
Hi, kids. Y'all like cutting little stinkers? That funny little sound that comes right out your sphincter? Want to copy me and do exactly like I do? Get paid for writing little songs about boo-boo? My brain's all gone. I'm trying to get my groove on, but I can't figure out which Spice Girl I'm going to fart on. And Dr. Dre asked, yo, man, you pass gas? Hell no. Why do I smell ass? Man, you low class. Well, since age 12, it seemed like I always smelled. I thought ripping gases and tooting was pretty swell. I got pissed off when I took my jeans off and farted so hard it turned my underwear backwards like crisscross. And every night I'm like, oh, dinner at last. Then fun out my ass faster than a fat bitch who ate too fast. Smell this, honey. Yo, dude, wait a minute. That's my girl, cuz. I don't give a fuck. God sent me to stink the world up. My anus. My anus. My anus. My anus. My anus. My anus. My English teacher wanted me kicked out back in junior high. Said the problem was something crawled up my ass and died. I shot him in the face with my vapor. The worst happened later, when I covered his desk with used toilet paper. Walked in a strip club, my intestines were filled up. Moved the bartender, took a dump in a tip cup. Went over to a dancer, had her buck in her garter. She lifted her leg up, and I knew she was a farter. 99% of my life I was lied to. I just found out my mom got more gas than I do. I told her I'd grow up to be a famous rapper, make a record about strange noises made on the crapper. You know you blew dirt when the women rushed to leave. You tried to hold it back, but your butt needed relief. This guy at White Castle said it was pretty cool, but I had to go drop the kids off at the pool. My anus, my anus, my anus, my anus, my anus, my anus, smells. My anus, my anus, my anus, smells.
133 at 560 WQAM. By the way, speaking of imbeciles, we have some punk who's obviously got nothing to do, a lot of time on his hands, who's calling over and over again, one of those little Julios, who is desperate for somebody to talk to. Maybe you want to talk to him. He's in Dade County, 305-383-5368. 383-5368. Maybe call and keep him busy, okay? Because he's obviously in desperate need of some companionship. What's he called? 6,422 times so far today? Yes. 305-383-5368. Do we want to talk to him?
No.
No. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. We got the Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Jim Maddox for Hank again today at 2 o'clock, who is sizzling. He's on fire. He's rolling it, baby, and maybe smoking it too. Donnie B with the pregame, the pre-pregame, and then we got the actual pregame at 6:30. Milwaukee at the Marlins 7:05 tonight.
No.
Interest. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry, I heard a beep. I got a few things to say, Neil. First of all, you're God. Like about 2 years ago, I went to Italy, and it's true what you say that place is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the best of everything is in Italy, especially in Rome and Venice and stuff like that.
Right.
Last night on the Tom Green show, did you see the Hicks in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Where they hang out is called Harpo's. And I don't know if you realize that, but Oprah has a company called Harpo's, and spelled backwards.
Harpo.
It was Harpo? I thought it was Harpo.
Well, no, Oprah's company is Harpo, which is Oprah backward.
Right. And that place was called Harpo's.
Yeah.
And they were all a bunch of rednecks.
Yeah.
Anyways, with these stadiums, I don't think public money should keep on subsidizing those things. And I think that everything you say is the best stuff.
Yeah, but he's only got a 165-foot yacht, John Henry. I mean, a poor guy like that, we ought to help him out, don't you think?
He's a dirtbag. No.
Exactly.
Anyways, Greg Reed, se la mama a Hank el hipopótamo.
Okay. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. What he said was he didn't like that picture of Greg in the paper this morning. Let's do a mobile in Naples. Hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
Neil, spy report on the 770 FCC situation.
Yes.
A while back when you guys were on, you guys over here were not on delay. So everything.
Oh, wait a minute, George. George, listen to this. Go ahead.
When the callers would call, the delay was not working. So everything that was said, like flock, slip.
Yeah, you don't have to imitate the words. Yeah.
Well, all of that was coming through without a problem. So
remember, we heard about that.
Yes, we did.
That.
I talked about it on the air. They had no delay, and they still were putting the talk show on the air. And of course, over here we're bleeping it and didn't get on the air. But over there, every word that was ever invented got on the air. How do you like that?
Yep. Yes, sir. And
leave it to our audience staff to figure these things out for us. You see, and the reason that you guys got to figure it out is we have no communication with Fort Myers. The Beasleys have never had any discussion, even with Greg. They just opened the pot, they put it on the air because they own this company, and so there's no discussion of coordinating the show with them over there or what it is, or when they had the delay problem, they could have put something else on the air, but they're clueless. They just open a pot and think they got a radio station.
You got it.
Schlockmeisters. That's what you people are, Beasleys. You're a bunch of schlockmeisters.
It'd be nice, Beasley, if you come up with a damn toll-free number.
Oh, yeah. Hold your breath. Now they're going to say, well, we're going to have to pay this $35,000. Okay, I don't know what he just said, but... Okay, thank you, sir. There you go. One of our listeners getting a little bit emotional at the end, but he's absolutely correct. They were running the show with no delay there for quite some time over on the West Coast, and you reap what you shall sow, okay? What you sow, you shall reap, or however that bullcrap goes. Sow this. 567-0560, pound 560. Now it's starting to make a little bit more sense, because this thing in R&R, by the way, it goes to show you, give somebody a little bit of information, like whoever this bogus reporter was for Radio and Records. puts this thing into the, first of all, it wasn't QAM in Miami, it was QAM in Naples, which is really WWCN 770. And secondly, Greg Reed declined to comment because Greg Reed has got nothing to do with that radio station. And thirdly, it had nothing to do with this thing with lyrics about oral sex because there was no such bit to the tune of I Don't Want to Grow Up. But there sure as hell were a lot of words getting on the air over there that had no business because, on account of because, they were putting on a talk show with no delay. And I'm not sure, I mean, that might not be it, but I have my doubts. I have a strong feeling that's probably what it's all about.
You go to hell and you die. A stud is a guy that you may find at the seashore wearing a Speedo. They come in all sizes and they range from Ricky Martin to village people. And yes, studs can be a lumberjack. Studs work on telephone lines and studs can be construction workers, yes. I'd like to make one stud mine and no, I can't find no studs. A stud is a guy I'd like to have on a date with me. He could spend a wonderful night with the transvestite, and the transvestite's me. I can't find no studs. A stud is a guy I'd like to have on a date with me. He could spend a wonderful night with the transvestite, and the transvestite's me.
All right, 143 at 560 WQAM. What? What?
What?
Why are you looking at me like that?
I wasn't looking at you until you started doing something.
Oh, man, what a look of panic. I thought maybe Pizza Loft was working its way back through you again. Wow. Junior over here, he just had a little Pizza Loft experience, and now George is saying, wow, you think it's just a coincidence?
No.
That we all of a sudden all got nature is calling?
Well, it's that butter sauce.
Yeah, that must be it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami.
Neil guy.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to let you know that according to the talking heads on MSNBC,
Yes?
John was worth $50 million after his mom died.
I couldn't care less.
I know, me either. Evidently, his mom did some interesting legal wranglings with the Onassis family to secure him a $20 million inheritance.
Oh, and by the way, remember the woman that called me a couple of days ago said, oh, yeah, he did everything with his own money? All I can say to that is, yeah.
Yeah, right.
With his own $50 million. Thanks for the good news. Oh, and by the way, was that John Gibson that said that? Now I got to go. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I'll tell you one thing. If you watch that MSNBC long enough,
it'll make you
That's right. Worse than Pizza Loft. Here's a mobile in the Gables. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I was reading a book called Peter's Quotations, Ideas of Our Time, and I found a quote that I think you'd like. It says, theology is an effort to explain the unknowable in terms of not worth knowing. It is not only opposed to the scientific spirit, it is opposed to every other form of rational thinking. There's another little part to it. It says, a philosopher is a blind man in a dark room looking for a black cat that isn't there. A theologian is the man who finds it.
Right.
All right.
Exactly. Well said.
Neil, in closing,
Yes,
F the
sir.
Kennedys.
What is it?
F the Kennedys.
F the Kennedys. Okay, thank you. He said F the Kennedys is what he said. I'll pass. They got enough action going on. How's William Kennedy Smith doing, by the way? Is he getting plenty these days?
Uh-huh.
Good. Thank God he didn't rape anybody. That's all I can say. That would have been real bad if it would turn out that he'd have really done it. We all believe that. We believe he was innocent, don't we?
No.
5, 6. Come on, we got 14 minutes to kill here. We got 400 open lines. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line here on the Jim Maddich for Hank Goldberg warm-up show. Here's Davey. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how we doing today?
Okay, sir.
Terrific. Anyway, I wanted to let you know, I'm a former Miami native. I was born down there.
Well, what do you mean a former? Miami
I
native?
was born in North.
That's like saying I'm a former American Indian, yeah.
Anyway, Pinellas is the main reason why I'm afraid to go work down there.
Pinellas?
Yes.
I thought that was in St. Petersburg. Pinellas.
Oh, it's Mayor Penis.
Mayor Pinga, yes.
Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, the only thing I can tell him is that if he ever wants to have my business down in Miami, he's going to have to put an end to this penny tax nonsense.
No, the voters are going to do that next Thursday. Forget about him going to have to do it. He's already in bed with those people behind it. The voters are going to have to just say
no
next Thursday.
And that's what I'm requesting that the voters do.
Okay.
Say no to higher taxes.
Early and often, sir.
You got it.
No.
Thank you.
No.
One more time.
No.
No. Thank you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Don't forget Screw Magazine. Go out Monday and pick up 20 or 30 copies. Al needs the money badly. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, T. O'Neill. How are you doing today?
Okay, sir.
All right. No, I just wanted to reiterate, anybody who votes for a tax, votes yes for a tax, is a fool. And my question is, if supposedly they stopped all the stealing in the port, all the stealing that was going on, we should have like tons of money to do anything we want.
Yeah.
If the stealing stops, there should be no reason to raise taxes. Let's just use the money that we're getting and use it for whatever we need it.
Yeah.
And that is all, sir.
Okay, God bless you, sir.
Love your show.
Thank you so much. 567-0560, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. How are we going to get through to all these people that are watching that masquerade going on today? That nonsense, that foolishness, that insanity. Is that thing still going on, by the way? Let's take a puke. I can't handle it myself, but let's take a peek. Oh, they got a commercial on. All right. Oh! You know something? This is the rarest of times when they actually put a commercial on one of these network stations or these news stations. We're all going, yeah. We're not watching it, but at least we can see that it's not the other stuff. Anything but that. Anything, please. I'm begging you. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
I'm a Bob Lassiter fan and a Jerry Wichner man.
Yeah.
And my voice is boring too. Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
Mr. 996.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, are you going to do any personal appearances in the near future?
No, George is doing all the personal appearances now. I'm yesterday's news. George is getting all that because George works real cheap.
Because number one, I have a gift for you. My late father was a pharmacist and
Yeah.
grandfather.
Oh, some good drugs. Great.
But he used to make certain things that I think you'll like for your house. I want to give it to you.
Okay.
And number two, I also have to tell you a story about a doctor. I can't mention his name. That when I see you, I got a story that will blow your brow off about a doctor that's near and dear to your heart. You won't believe it. But I can't.
Really?
I can't mention over the phone.
Can't you tell George off the air?
No, I'm afraid you'll mention it on the air.
No, I promise you I will not mention it on the air. George knows. If I promise you I will not. You can't do that to me.
Can I do my main material, then I'll tell George?
Okay.
Because I've been waiting a long time to give this dedication to your dear friend, Jeff Rimmer, who you mentioned is a bit of a nemmer rather than a gebber. But you didn't know that he went out to Wrigley Field. You know, they do the seventh inning, take me out to the ball game.
Yeah.
And he did an audition he dedicated to you. And it went like this, and I'll tell George the story.
They stunk.
Yeah. But the dedication went, take me out, Neil, it's Rimmer. Take me out for a steak. It don't mean Sizzlers. Buy me some cocktails and other snacks. I don't care if I reciprocate back for it, Schnorr. Schnorr, Schnorr for your homeboy.
Oi!
Never picked up a check in my life. For it's 1, 2, countless meals I've sponged. Thanks, Neil. I'll live by. I'll tell George this.
Okay, hold on. Okay, he's on 8. Make sure you get that information and make sure we don't repeat it on the air. 2 great songs from our buddy there.
They stunk.
Come on now, Rimmer. You got a nice free meal last night, and so did I. Thanks to our friends at Ruth Chris, by the way. We love them. That's for them. We like them a lot this week. 56705. We like them a lot better when the food is free. That's right. That's the way it goes. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line.